Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Last Rounds Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. Today, we are going to bring you the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles and the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters live from Escon Field in Hokkaido, where the roof is opened and the sun is out. These two teams are going to be ready to go at it in just a couple of moments. But first of all, we are going to bring you the lineup for the visitors. From Tohoku, leading off and playing third base is number 66, Kazuki Moribayashi. Batting second and playing second base, wearing number 0 is Hiroto Kobakata. Batting third in right field is number 51, Yuya Ogo. And the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 3, Hideto Asamura. And the 5 spot in left field is number 27, Takeru Okajima. Batting sixth and playing first base is number 39, Yukiya Ito. Batting seventh in center field is number 8, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Batting eighth and doing the catching is number 26, Jinjiro Sumatani. And batting ninth and playing shortstop is number 34, Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. And they're going to be facing Takayuki Kato, who takes to the mound today for the Fighters, sporting a 5-6 record. He's worked 106 and 2/3 innings. He's allowed 100 hits. He's walked 8 and struck out 48. And he's given up 36 runs. 31 have been earned. He's posted an ERA of 2.62. Well, that's your starting lineup for the Eagles, and now your starting lineup for the home team, the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters. Leading off and playing third base is number 21, Kotaro Kiyomiya. Batting second in right field is number 66, Chusei Manami. And the 3 spot and playing first base is number 2, Ariel Martinez. And the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 5, Yuki Nomura. Batting fifth and in left field is number 7, Go Matsumoto. Batting sixth and playing second base is number 38, Kazunari Ishii. Batting seventh and doing the catching is number 30, Yuya Gunji. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is number 4, Daigo Kamikawa. Batting ninth in center field is number 50, Ryota Isobata. And they're going to be facing Takayuki Kishi, who takes to the mound. He's 3-2 on the season. He has worked 43 innings, allowed 45 hits. 17 runs, 15 have been earned. He's walked 11 and struck out 30. He's got an ERA of 3.14. Well, as the starter Kato completes his warm-up tosses, we'll be back in 30 seconds with all the action. Appreciate you guys for bouncing in here with us tonight. We'll be back here in just a few. Just about ready to get underway, and the first pitch of the ball game from Kato is a fastball that misses outside for ball one, and the count is 1-0 to Moribayashi. Moribayashi's batting .338 on the season with no homers and 11 RBIs. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Moribayashi. Batting from the right side here against the left-hander Kato, who kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is as the lefty works to the belt. And now he kicks and he delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And the count now goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kato wastes no time getting the ball and delivering it here with nobody on. He is working quickly as the left-hander ready to go again. And he kicks and delivers. And this is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lined softly into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And just like that, Moribayashi is aboard with a single. Eagles have a runner at first. And that is going to bring up the second baseman, Hiroto Kobakata. Well, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles absolutely got off to a horrendous start this season. They were lounging around in the basement for a bit of the Pacific League, but it looks like they may have turned things around. They're now 36-42 with 1 tie on the season. They now have 1 more win than the Fighters and are now nestled in 4th place ahead of the Saitama Seibu Lions and the Fighters. There's Kobakata who steps to the dish. It's left-hander against the left-hander as he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. Hiroto Kobakata has batting .255. He's got 4 homers and 20 runs batted in. The speedy second baseman also has 16 stolen bases so far this year. It's a lefty-lefty matchup. As he now fires over to first base, does Kato, and diving back easily is the base runner Muribayashi. Beautiful day in Hokkaido. The sun is out. The crowd is enjoying the open air atmosphere as the dome has been retracted back. As the lefty gets his sign from his catcher Ginji. And again, he throws over to first base, and again diving back safely is Muribayashi. Neither of the throws have been particularly close. Defensively tonight for the Fighters, from left to right field, it's Go Matsumoto, in left, it's Ryota Isabata, in center. Right fielder is Chusei Manami. As the lefty works to the set position, checks the runner, and now he delivers. It's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. There goes the runner down to second, and the throw is not in time. It is going to be a stolen base for Muribayashi. That's going to be his 6th of the season. So Muribayashi now in scoring position. No balls and 2 strikes here to Kobakata. As we're ready to go again. And we'll give you the infield for the Fighters in just a moment. As the runner leads off at second base, as Muribayashi was a little bit late getting out there, and now there's a fastball swung on and lifted into the seats down the right field line. The count remains at 0-2 to Hiroto Kobakata. Around the horn defensively tonight for the Fighters, it is Ariel Martinez getting the start at first base. At second base, it is Ishii. The shortstop is Kamikawa Kabata, and the third base, it is Kiyomiya. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded softly to the right side, fielded neatly by the second baseman. Ishii throws to first, and Kobakata, good piece of hitting as he hits behind the runner. It's a ground out 4-3 for the first out of the inning. Advancing over to third is Muribayashi. That is going to bring up the right fielder, Yuya Ogo. Well, for Ogo, he's batting .274 on the season. He's got 5 homers and 24 runs batted in. Ogo has been getting regular duties here this year for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. He bats from the left side here against the left-handed throwing Kato. Kato checks his sign from his catcher. Now he delivers. It is a fastball swung on. Is grounded softly over to the first baseman, Martinez, who has to run in and apply the tag to Ogo. Ogo had stopped as he had come down the base paths, and it was a weak ground ball. They had the corners in. A nice play there by Martinez as he fielded the ball and then came right after the base runner and applied the tag, and that is going to do it. That's a ground out to 3 for out number 2. That is going to bring up the designated hitter, Hideo Asamura. Well, for Asamura, he is batting .255. He's got 16 homers and 44 runs batted in. Our friend CV Baseball Card Collector says, which Martinez is that? That would be Ariel Martinez. He is the Cuban normally catcher. And there is a 55-mile-an-hour breaking ball that misses up and away to Asamura for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Welcome Caesar to the channel tonight. Got a chance to have a cold Starbucks drink with him the other night in Vancouver. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into the left field corner. It's going to get down for a base hit. And rounding third and heading home to score the first run of the ball game is Muribayashi. And that is going to make the score 1-0 on a base hit single here by Hideo Asamura to open the scoring. So 1-0, the Eagles have the lead here in the first inning. All right. We have to put somebody in a little timeout here because we do appreciate the fact that you want to listen to the games, and we do appreciate you come in and you want to ask us about what the score is or whatever else. If you want to run your running ticker, go do it somewhere else. We'll make the play-by-play. First pitch is a breaking ball. That is swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Okajima. Okujima's batting .262 on the season with 5 homers and 22 runs batted in. Our friend CV says it was an honor. Well, the other part to this is we were really, really pleased to be able to join them for that Starbucks, and hopefully we can get a chance to go watch a Los Angeles Angels game with them in the future. There's a ground ball swung on, and it's a hit over to first base, picked up by Martinez, and he's just going to flip it into the seats. It's going to round in the count to 0-2 on Okujima. So no balls and 2 strikes. Left-hander against the left-hander. As the batter is waggling the bat here and waiting here on the offering from Kato. The runner at first is Asamura. There's 2 gone and a run on the board here for the Eagles. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Okujima has gone on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is going to do it. There was 1 run in the inning. There were 2 hits. There were no errors, and 1 Eagle left the board. We're through a half inning. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 1, the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Our friend Caesar is with us tonight, and hopefully we'll have a few more with us as well. 1-0. Eagles have the lead. We'll be back after this. Or maybe after that. Looks like we're struggling a little bit to get our stuff going. Welcome back, everybody. We have a 1-0 lead, and we'll be back in just a couple of moments with all the action. Tohoku 1, the Fighters coming to bat. It is Japanese baseball on the Last Raps Baseball channel. Welcome back, everybody. It is the right-hander Kishi on the hill facing Kiyomiya, and the first pitch delivered is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. We welcome James and our friend Titus here into the chat, as well as our friend Caesar, CV baseball card collector, and the pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2 on Kiyomiya. Kiyomiya batting .299 on the season. He's got 4 homers and 17 runs batted in. As Kishi kicks and delivers, it is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. Moving back onto the warning track and making the catch up against the wall is the right fielder Ogo. And that is going to retire Kiyomiya for the 1st out of the inning. That was a way too good a pitch at 0-2. It was a hanging breaking ball that was left over the plate, and Kiyomiya almost made no mistake about it. He just about deposited that into the right field seats, but there to make the grab was the right fielder Ogo for out number 1. Well, that's going to bring up the Pacific League home run leader in Chusei Manami. Manami on the season batting a cool .263. He's got those 15 homers and 42 runs batted in. As the first pitch is on the way, it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Both of these pitchers who are starting tonight do not walk a lot of hitters generally. As Manami is waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Kishi, who delivers a fastball that is swung on and missed, and now the count is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Manami. I better check that, as Manami has slipped in the home run lead. He's lost that, as it is now his counterpart Hideto Asamura of the Eagles, who has 16. Manami is now in second place as he checks his swing and fouls off a pitch to the first base side, and the count remains at 0-2. Our friend James says he's got $50 on over 6.5 runs. Well, I hope it comes through for you, James, because the Fighters, when we've watched them play, have been impotent offensively. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away to Minami, and the count is 1-2. And it looks like the Golden Eagles have got it going more recently, but they were having their struggles early in the year. I'm not sure if 6.5 or over would be my liking. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count goes to 2-2 on Minami. But depending on what the odds are and how much they're paying you out, might not necessarily be a bad bet. I'm sure it would be quite large if it pays out. 2-2 is on the way. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined over the head of the third baseman, the leaping third baseman, Murray Biashi, and that's going to get down for a base hit into left field as Minami's aboard with a one-out single here in the first. And that is going to bring up the first baseman, Ariel Martinez. Well, for Martinez, he's hitting .247 on the year. He's got 9 homers and 28 runs batted in. We have seen the Fighters recently. We saw them in our last call about a week or on the last weekend. And Martinez, obviously getting the start at first base tonight, normally a catcher, sometimes as a DH as well, steps in batting from the right side. He's got himself 9 homers on the year with 28 runs batted in. He had just missed a home run in the ballgame we had called on the weekend. And here comes the first pitch to Martinez. It's a fastball that just misses down for ball one, and the count is 1-0. Martinez had broken in with the Chinichi Dragons in the NPB. It was the first time in 20-plus years a non-Japanese catcher had got behind the plate to catch in an NPB ball game. So a bit of a rarity, or almost like a unicorn, so to speak. In Japanese baseball are import hitters or import catchers. A friend at City West Rel says he's thinking over as well, as that fastball just misses down, and the count is now 2-0. Well, both of these pitching staffs might indicate over, but I'm not sure the offenses would be the same. I'd be also curious to see how this game plays out with the open air of the stadium. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now gone to 3 balls on Martinez. It's always interesting to see in Major League Baseball parks sometimes how certain teams with the roof open, how the game is played with the roof closed. Certainly the Toronto Blue Jays seem to benefit with the roof closed with their power. Here's the 3-0 offering. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lined into left field. Martinez getting the green light, 3-0, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Minami is going to stop at second, and Martinez has got himself a single here as well. So back-to-back hits by the Fighters. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, Yuki Nomura. Well, for Nomura, he's batting .235. He's got 8 homers and 31 RBIs. He gets the start at the designated hitter spot tonight. There is some power in the lineup featured by the Fighters. They have 3 players with 8 or more home runs. As Nomura digs himself in, waiting here on the first offering from the right-hander Kishi. Our friend City West asked how many outs are there. There's 1 gone here, as that fastball misses down, and the count is quickly 1-0 to Nomura. Runner at second, Minami. Runner at first, Martinez. 1 gone here in the first inning. The manager, Shinjo, the big boss, looks on with his reflective sunglasses. And here comes the 1-0 offering to Nomura as Kishi delivers a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 1-1. I commented last weekend that I really like these particular Fighter uniforms. They've got the black sleeve on the right sleeve. They got the blue on the left. I like those hats. It almost looks like a starburst on the hat. As they are waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Kishi. Here comes the 1-1. Checks the runner at second. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and in for a ball, and the count is now 2-1. You could tell the catcher, Simitani, didn't like that as he held on to the pitch. There was a lot of backdoor run on the pitch by Kishi. It looked like it had missed low, and the umpire, I think, got that one right. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Nomura. As the right-hander works to the set position, he checks again Manami at second. And now he steps off the backside of the rubber, and we're going to have to do this all over again. So Kishi reaches to the rosin bag. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Nomura. A good hitter's count. In fact, other than to Manami, who fell behind at 0-2, and Kiyomiya, it's been the other way here for Martinez and Nomura, getting ahead in the count. Getting to see some good hitters, pitchers. Here's the 2-1. As Kishi delivers a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count goes even at 2-2. A rare ball game. It is a 1 o'clock afternoon, a local time game in Japan. We're getting an opportunity to see these 2 ball clubs play here tonight. We are going to be on the airwaves this weekend for games on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Japan time. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted foul down the right field line, and it's going to drift into the seats. That is going to keep the count at 2-2. We're pretty excited to be able to do those ones. It's going to be the All-Star break next week for the Japanese League. We're going to squeeze some ball games in this weekend. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nomura. As he bats here on the right side, waiting from the offering from the Eagles pitcher Kishi. There's a fastball that's down in the dirt, and it skips away from the catcher, and that's going to move everybody up a base. Manami is going to advance to third. That's going to be Martinez moving to second. It's going to move the count to 3-2. That's a wild pitch going to be charged to the pitcher Kishi. He's not making it any easier on himself here tonight. But the worst part about it was the backhand of the catcher. It was Simitani tried to backhand the ball. It hit the dirt, and it skipped up right over top of his glove. And that allowed the runners to advance a base. No movement, no effort to block the ball. So a bit of a lazy technique exhibited by the Golden Eagles catcher. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is to Nomura as the right-hander holds to the set. He checks the runner, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball. Swung on it, is grounded softly over to second, fielded neatly by Kobakata. He throws to first, and that is going to even the ball game. It's going to go down as a ground out 4-3. Nomura is going to get himself an RBI. He's out for out number 2. It advances Martinez to third, and it plates Manami with the game-tying run here. And our friend James Connolly and our friend City West might be onto something, as this game here has got a couple of early runs helping their cause for that 6.5 over. So 2 gone, and that brings Go Matsumoto to the plate. Matsumoto batting .275. He's got 3 homers and 20 runs driven in. Matsumoto on the season batting about 70 points lower than what he was last year when he was the Pacific League batting champion. He is still a dangerous hitter as he bats from the right side here. Right-hander Kishi delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Expect the decent-sized crowd in here tonight, as it is a earlier start. Not always the case in our time. So right-hander against the right-hander. As the right-hander Kishi gets his sign from Simitani. Runner at third and 2 gone. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count goes to 2-0. Kazunori Ishii waiting his turn on deck. Should Matsumoto be able to find a way on? So 2 balls and no strikes to Matsumoto. As he waggles the bat, waiting here on the offering from the right-hander. And here comes the pitch. As he kicks and fires, it's a breaking ball that just misses outside. It's gone now 3-0 to Matsumoto. Already 23 pitches here in the first inning for the Golden Eagles right-hander. And he is just barely working over the 50% rate. 11 balls and 12 strikes. Here's the 3-0 pitch. As he kicks and fires, it's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 3-1 on Matsumoto. Friend James is pumping a fist with his trophy, a yellow smiling, all the rest of that stuff. I can imagine that for sure, James. You've done yourself some good work early. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. It's going to be ball 4, and Matsumoto is aboard with a walk. That's going to put runners at the corners, and that's going to bring the second baseman Kazunori Ishii to the plate. Well, Ishii struggling offensively this year, batting 171. He's got no homers and 4 RBIs. He missed a little bit of time with a leg injury. He is back in the lineup, an important player here for the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham fighters. So the catcher, Simatani, gets out and he flashes the signs for the first and third defense. See what the fighters might have up their sleeves. They really don't have a good runner at third base in the way that Ariel Martinez is not the most fleet of foot. So one would have to think any type of first and third base running shenanigans may not be in play here. Runners at the corners as the right-hander works to the set position. And here's the pitch. They do square to bunt, and that is taken for a called strike. As he pulls back, does Ishii. Interesting here, thinking bunt with 2 gone. Got to wonder what they're thinking, where they're going to try to run this here. Are they going to push it down the third baseline? Or are they going to let Ishii swing away? And it looked like it was more of a sacrifice than anything. I don't know if they want to sacrifice into the third out. So here comes the 0-1. As Kishi delivers, it's a fastball. There goes the runner down to second. And there's not going to be a throw, as that is going to allow Matsumoto to pick up a stolen base. It's going to be his 6th of the campaign. As they pump fake the throw down to second, and then they were looking at third. But Ariel Martinez was going nowhere. And to be fair, the runner, Matsumoto, looked like he had that bag picked from the get-go. He had a really, really good jump. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he pitches on the way, and it's a fastball that just misses outside. Oh, that looked like it caught the outside corner as the catcher, Simatani, set up right there. We'll get a look at it on the replay. But that's a good call by the plate umpire, as he was just a little bit off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Ishii. There are some youngsters in the crowd today in Hokkaido. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. Not an easy inning for the Tohoku right-hander. Already 29 pitches. One would have to think that maybe 4 innings might be a stretch for him tonight. So here comes the 2-2 as the right-hander works set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats on the third base side of home plate. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. Right-hander Kishi ready to go back at it as he gets himself a new baseball. And he rubs it up here, ready to deliver the offering to Kazunori Ishii. Here's the 2-2. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 3-2. So twice tonight, he's gone to full counts on hitters. 4 times tonight, Kishi has put 3 balls to a hitter already here in the first inning. So here's the 3-2. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is smashed into right field, and it is just going to be hooked foul down the right field line. Oh boy, that ball there, if that would have stayed fair, they would have cashed in a couple of more runs. It is the game of inches, so to speak. That ball did not miss by much. Absolutely hammered that thing. It did not miss more than 5 or 6 inches based on our view. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. They'll do it all over again as the offering is ready to go on its way here to Kazunori Ishii. As Kishi kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on. It is lifted down the third base line. The ball is going to drift into the seats, and it's going to keep the count again at 3-2 to Kazunori Ishii. 33 pitches already here for the Tohoku starter. If you're the Fighters, you do want to get into their bullpen as quick as you possibly can. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to the right side. Nice play by Kobakata. He throws to first, and that is going to do it. That's going to go down as a ground out, 4-3 in the books, as Ishii is gone for the third out of the inning. There was 1 run on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left the board. We are now through 1 complete. Your score is the Eagles 1, the Fighters 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this. We appreciate you guys for being with us.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the second inning, and coming to bat for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles will be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. It's going to be Yukiya Ito, Ryosuke Tatsumi, and Jinjuro Sumitani. Our friend Felix comes in and asks, who does everyone have winning? Well, I'm not sure who the winners are that they've picked, but I know our friend James is looking for over 6.5. But Fluker Devante is pulling for the under 8. Pretty impressive opening here as the roof is open in Hokkaido. A chance to see these 2 teams play some afternoon baseball. And so here comes the first pitch to the right-handed hitting Yukiya Ito. It's a fastball swung on and grounded over to third. Fielded neatly by the third baseman Kiyomiya. He throws to first. That is going to do it for Ito. 1 pitch and 1 away here in the top of the second. It's a ground out, 5-3 in the books. That'll bring up the center fielder Ryosuke Tatsumi. Well, for Tatsumi, he's batting .223. He's got 5 homers and 19 RBIs. He started the year pretty much in the leadoff spot. He had struggled. They dropped him down to the bottom. Had a little bit of a stint with the farm team. And he swings at the first pitch. It's a fastball swung on, grounded up the middle into center field for a base hit. So the Eagles are coming out swinging here against Kato in the second inning. 1 a ground out, and now a base hit single by Tatsumi. That's going to bring up the catcher, Jinjuro Sumitani. Well, for Sumitani, he's batting .236. He's got a homer and 5 RBIs. He's going to be facing everybody here. Our friend City West says he is taking the home team in Hokkaido. Interesting nonetheless. I'd be interested to see if it got into the Eagles bullpen early, it could be trouble for them. The bridge pitchers or the earlier pitchers, not quite as good as the back end. There's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. At least not in my opinion, that is. I'm not sure how they've been making out lately. We haven't seen the Golden Eagles for a bit. One of the teams I enjoyed doing last year, but this year it has been hard to watch them, that is for sure. Here comes the 1-0 as Kato works to the set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on it. Missed. The count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As we mentioned, we will be doing 3 games this weekend. Saturday, Sunday, and a rare Monday matinee game in the Japanese League. We will be looking at all of that action coming up this weekend. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. As he kicks and delivers a breaking ball that is swung on and lifted down the right field line, giving chase is Manami, and he's going to have space. He makes the catch. That's one of the problems with this field is the sight lines. You can lose balls off the angles. At right field, we lost that one. Had to see if Manami was going to make the grab or not, but yes, he does. It's going to be 2 away here, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. Well, for Yamazaki on the season, he's batting .214. He's got 2 homers and 18 runs batted in. Bats from the left side here against the left-handed slants of Kato. And instead, they throw over to first, and easily getting back to the bag is Tatsumi. There's no scheduled Friday games in Japan. They are playing Saturday, Sunday, and a rare Monday affair. And of course, they get Tuesday off, and then they have back-to-back games in for the All-Star game. And there's a fastball that's taken for a strike. They throw down to second base, and getting in safely is Tatsumi with a stolen base. That's the second stolen base of the night for the Golden Eagles. They're going to be challenging the catcher, Gunji, here tonight. Looks like it was a called strike to Yamazaki. We'll have to get the update on that one. We didn't look like, and that's exactly what it was. We didn't see the umpire's hand go up. So it is a strike, though. It is no balls and 1 strike to Yamazaki. The runner, Tatsumi, now in scoring position. So here comes the 0-1. It is a fastball that swung on and missed. Now the count goes to 0-2. So it is going to be the SoftBank Hawks and the Oryx Buffaloes, the games that we're going to be calling. It'll be 10 o'clock Pacific on a Friday night. If you're in North America, that will be the Saturday ball game, 1 a.m. Eastern. That'll be 9 p.m. Saturday night. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The appeal over to the third base umpire, but they say that Yamazaki didn't go, and the count is now 1-2. And of course, on Monday, we'll do it all over again at 9 p.m. Pacific or midnight on the East Coast, as it will bring you the Hawks and the Buffaloes. Battle of a couple of the top teams in the Pacific League. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the lefty checks the runner at second. Now Kato delivers. It is a fastball that misses inside, and it backs Yamazaki off the plate. It evens the count at 2-2. Our friend Mick is in the house, and we appreciate you being there. Our friend Flunker Devante says, what are you streaming through? We are using StreamYards. Mick says the party can officially start because he's here. And we welcome Mick. Welcome to you, Mick. And there's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is now 3-2. Regular supporter of the channel, we thank you for being here with us. Great night for baseball in the Japanese League. 1-1 is the score. It's a rare day game. The roof is open in Hokkaido between the Fighters and the Eagles. We're all locked up at 1. 2 gone, and here comes the 3-2 pitch to Yamazaki. The pitch is on the way. It is a fastball swung on. This is lifted into left field. Cruising back underneath it is Matsumoto. He's going to make the catch. And the threat is going to be over here for the Eagles in their half of the second inning. Well, they had no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner stranded aboard. We are now through 1.5. Your score is the Fighters 1 and the Eagles 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for bouncing in here with us tonight.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play. But you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the last half of the second inning. We're all locked up at ones. It is going to be Yuya Gunji, Daigo Kamikawakabara, and Ryota Isobata coming to the plate for the Fighters in their half of the inning. It is a 1-1 ball game. We gave it the defensive alignment for the Fighters, but we didn't do it for the Eagles yet. From left to right field, it's Okajima in left. The center fielder is Tatsumi, and the right fielder is Ogo. Around the horn, it is Ito at first, Kobakata at second. The shortstop is Yamazaki, and at third base, Murray Biashi. As the first pitch is a fastball delivered to Gunji, taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. And of course, the battery is of Kishi and Sumitani. The 1-0 on the way, and it's taken for another ball, and the count is 2-0. That last pitch, it looked like it was a strike to me. I just went with it easy. So 2 balls and no strikes to Gunji. As he bats here, hitting .360 on the season with a homer and 4 RBIs. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Rounding first and slamming on the brakes is the catcher, Gunji. That's going to be a base hit single. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Kamikawakabara. Well, for Kamikawakabara, he is batting .190 on the year. No homers and 13 RBIs. He's batting over 100 points lower than his season output in 2022. He was a real fire starter for the Fighters last year, but he has not been able to get it going here, the young shortstop, in his second season in Hokkaido. Establishing his lead over at first base is Gunji. The right-hander holds to the set position. Here he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down and in. The count is 1-0 to Kamikawakabara. Left-handed hitting shortstop. Doesn't have a lot of pop in the sticks. Got exactly 200 at-bats. That's here from the left side. I would have thought that they would have been maybe thinking bunt in this situation. Here comes the 1-0. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count is now even at 1-1. As we said, 34 pitches in the first inning for Takayuki Kishi. Has had to work hard for the Eagles so far tonight. Fighters are really working them over here. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Kamikawakabara. The right-hander instead fires over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Gunji. Ryota Isobata awaits his turn on deck. Left-handed hitter waggling the bat, waiting here on the offering from the right-hander. As Kishi is ready to deliver. Works to the set position. He checks the runner. And he continues to hold. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is tapped slowly back in fair territory. And that ball is going to die. It's a swinging bunt for Kamikawakabara. That ball is going to die. He's going to reach first base safely with a base hit. And that is going to put runners at first and second. The pitcher, Kishi, had to come off the mound. And as he got off the mound quickly, that he was hoping for it to spin foul. Was able to just stay fair. So the 7-8 hitters in the batting order have back-to-back singles here in the second. That's going to bring up Ryota Isobata. And for Isobata on the season, he's hitting .264. He's got no homers and a couple RBIs. So the Fighters have something going here in the second inning. Our friend James, who was in here earlier, pumping the fist for that over 6.5. He might want to keep pumping it because the Fighters have something brewing here in their half of the second inning. So Isabata leans back, waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Kishi, as Kishi really works slowly here with runners on base. Checks the runner, and now he kicks and delivers. They scored a bunt, and it is not a good one. It's popped up and fouled behind home plate over on the third base side, and the count is 0-1 to Isabata. One would think he's going to be in this bunt situation. They got the top of the order to turn it over to. Isabata trying to get the job done. Catcher Simatani out in front of the plate, flashing the signals from the bunt D. So here comes the 0-1 offering. Again, Isabata, really strange setup at the plate. He is now scoring the bunt. He takes the bat, he puts it behind him. It was like Luis Arias of the Milwaukee Brewers. There's a fastball that is taken for a called strike, and now the count is 0-2. You see that sometimes with Urias. He takes the bat and he puts it behind him, and then he leans all the way back before the pitch comes in. That's exactly what Isabata does. Not sure what the thought process on that is. We'll see if he does it again with 2 strikes here, if he just does it on the bunts. Puts the bat, he leans it on his shoulder, and then he arches back. I wonder what he's looking for. Here comes the 0-2. As the right-hander checks the runner, and now he delivers. It's a breaking ball. It's taken for a called third strike. Isabata stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched it go by for out number 1 here in the second inning. That is going to bring up the top of the order in Kotaro Kiyomiya. Oh, you're not going to get anything better than that. Knee-high breaking ball, and he just watched it right into the glove. Not a good at bat for Isabata. Misses on a bunt. Pops up a bunt, foul, and then, of course, takes a called third strike. So that's the first out of the inning. That brings up the top of the order in Kiyomiya. He is 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to right field his first time up. And here comes the first offering. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Kiyomiya. Kiyomiya entered the ballgame hitting .299 with those 4 homers and 17 RBIs. Batting from the left side here against the right-hander Kishi. Afternoon baseball from Japan. As the right-hander checks the runner at second. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that just misses outside, and the count is 1-1. You know, Kishi's going to have to get those pitches. That pitch looked pretty good on the outside corner. If he's not getting those pitches, it's going to be a long game for him, or a long game for the Eagles and a short game for him, because it is not going to work. He has to be able to get those pitches on the outside corner, or he could be roughed up here early and often. Here comes the 1-1. As Kishi kicks and delivers, it's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count now goes to 1-2 on Kiyomiya. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chusei Manami waits his turn on deck. Friend James says, I hope someone hits a home run. Well, I don't know about Kiyomiya, but the next 3 hitters in the batting order all have that capability. Comes the 1-2 pitch. The pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on it. It's popped up on the infield. It's playable. It's over on the left side. Oh, coming over underneath it is the third baseman, Murray Biashi, and he's going to make the catch. Oh, it was taking him for a ride. One would have to think that the infield fly rule may have been in effect there. They talk about the infield fly rule with ordinary effort. Although I have to say Murray Biashi was trying to make that more difficult than what it was. Ball had gone up into the air, and then it took him more towards the shortstop side. He made the catch. Interesting to see how this open air roof is going to play out. Well, gone is Kiyomiya for the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Chusei Manami, who has singled in his only trip tonight. He's also scored the only run for the Fighters. So 2 away, the runner at second, Gunji, the runner at first, Kamikawa Kabata. The right-hander works to the set position. He checks the runner. He checks the runner at second again. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field. Moving underneath it is the center fielder Tatsumi, he's there and makes the catch, and that is going to do it. Well, they put the first 2 runners aboard with back-to-back singles to the Fighters, and then they go quietly after that. A strikeout looking by Isabata, a pop-out by Kiyomiya, and a fly-out by Manami ends the inning. No runs in the inning. There were a pair of hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left aboard. We're now through 2 complete. It is the Eagles 1 and the Fighters 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the 3rd inning when we return after this. We appreciate y'all for being here with us. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
It is 1-1, everybody, as we go to the top of the 3rd. We'll be back in 30 with all the action after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 3rd inning, and it's going to be the top of the order for the Eagles coming to bat. It is Kazuki Muribayashi, Hiroto Kobakata, and Yuya Ogo to face the left-hander Kato, who delivers a first pitch breaking ball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Muribayashi. Muribayashi is 1 for 1 tonight. He singled, stole a base, and scored the first and only run of the game for the Eagles. As there was a fastball swung on, this ball is lined into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Muribayashi has his second hit of the ball game, a single here to start the 3rd inning, and that will bring up the second baseman, Hiroto Kobakata. Our friend CV said, yeah, we had 17 people in here, and we had a few more, and now we're back down to that 17 again, but we're glad everybody could stop in and check us out tonight. We appreciate you guys for listening into all the action, and hopefully you guys will stick around and join us for our journey in Japan. We are just over a month away till we get to the land of the rising sun. So this brings Hiroto Kobakata to the plate, the left-handed hitting shortstop, or second baseman, I should say. There's a breaking ball that is down and away, and the count is a 1-0 to Kobakata. Our friend Tyler in the house tonight. We appreciate you for stopping in. Got a good crowd here tonight. Got a lot of our local and regular folk punching the clock for us here to stop in and say hello, and Tyler is 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. Tyler says, how are you feeling about a under 6 in this ball game tonight? Well, if you ask our friend James Connolly, he is looking for the over 6.5. Under 6 in this game here tonight. These two teams offensively are definitely not in their best. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Kobakata. Kobakata grounded out to second his first time up. It was a good piece of hitting. When you talk about ground outs or you talk about outs, he was able to hit behind the runner Muribayashi, who had stolen second base, put him over to third, and eventually it was a RBI single by Hideo Asamura that had put the first run on the board for the Eagles. So here comes the 2-1. Instead, Kato throws to first, and getting back easily is Muribayashi. I just don't know how these teams are going to score runs. Certainly the Eagles are a lot better recently in terms of they're turning their season around. They got off to an absolutely atrocious start. I thought if there was a manager in the hot seat, the manager Ishii, there's a fastball swung on. This is lifted into shallow center field. Moving over underneath it is Isobata. He's got room, and he makes the catch. That is going to retire Kobakata for the first out of the inning. So one up, one away here, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Yuya Ogo. Friend Mick says, do you think the Eagles can win 2 in a row? Tyler says both of these teams are relatively low scoring. That would be correct. But the Eagles have turned it around lately. That would be the concern. Do they have enough juice here against Cato to put a few more runs on the board? So Ogo stepping to the plate. He swung at the first pitch that he saw his last time up and grounded out to the first baseman. He is 0 for 1 this evening. It will be a stretch of Japanese games, as we mentioned. I think tomorrow night, as they have the day off, a rare Friday off, and it'll be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we'll do the Buffaloes and the Hawks. Hopefully you guys can join us for that one. The first place Buffaloes and the third place Hawks. There's a breaking ball that misses outside to Ogo, and the count is 1-0. Glossy asked the question, anyone on base? It's Murray Biashi is the runner at first. Here's the 1-0 offering to Ogo. Instead, they throw over to first base, and getting back in time as the base runner, Murray Biashi. So 1 ball and no strikes it is. Felix says they've won like 6 in a row now. And that would be correct. They have a bit of a streak riding here. Got themselves back. They are only a few games below 500 now. There's a breaking ball that is taken for a ball. They throw down to second, and it looks like it's going to be in time. Oh, boy. Murray Biashi is gunned down, stealing second. That's the first time that a runner has been thrown out tonight. 2 other stolen bases. We think they're going to keep putting the pressure on Gunji as he had taken off. Boy, that was a bang-bang play. It looked like it got the trail foot, too, on the tag there by Kamikawa Kabata. And that is going to retire them. That's a caught stealing. 2-6. Hang tight, everybody. So caught stealing 2-6. And he has gone for the second out. And there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2 to Ogo. Tyler asked if we got a chance to commentate on any Bauer starts. I think we've done 3. Sometimes we haven't always had the feed for Bauer. We would like to have done last night, but unfortunately my time constraints wouldn't have allowed that. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Of course, calling Bauer games, lots of fan interest, at least on this side. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and Ogo is down on strikes for out number 3. That is going to do it here in the 3rd inning for the Eagles. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 2.5. Your score is the Eagles 1 and the Fighters 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for being with us. Here is another one from our friend, Matt Hollis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody, and we appreciate Glossy and your support and everybody else who has jumped in here to listen. We're going to the pod with the 3rd inning. It is going to be Ariel Martinez, Yuki Nomura, and Go Matsumoto to come to bat for the Fighters here tonight. Our friend Tyler says, you think there's a reason Bauer is a villain in the MLB, but people love him in the NPB? Yeah, because I don't think that people care what you do off of the field. What you do off of the field is your thing. Much like in Europe, where the players' personal lives are not necessarily always front and center with soccer and other things. Here's the first pitch to Martinez. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left field. Moving back onto the warning track and watching it sail into the seats is Okajima. And Ariel Martinez has just hit his 10th homer of the season on the first pitch he saw here from Kishi. And that is going to put the Fighters on top here 2-1 in the third inning. So a solo shot to begin the third as Ariel Martinez completes his trip around the bases. And the score is now 2-1 for the Fighters on this beautiful sunny afternoon. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Yuki Nomura. Our friend Jason Lewis jumps in. He says he's got the over at 6.5. Well, he is going to join our other friend who was in here earlier, who had made the call on that as well, which was James Connolly. James was also pumping his fist for a 6.5 or more. As a first pitch breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Nomura. So 2-1 ball game now as the Fighters have scored here in the third inning on a home run by Ariel Martinez. As that fastball misses outside, the count goes 1-1 to Nomura. So 1 ball and 1 strike as the pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. Kishi really struggling. 48 pitches in the first 2 innings of work, and he delivers a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and now the count goes to 2-2. Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles playing here on the getaway game against the Fighters. A rare afternoon midweek start. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 3-2. I have to say I like these. I wish they would do more of them in the Japanese League, especially in the summer months if people are off of work or kids are out of school. There's the pitch that's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to third, and it's going to get through Murabayashi in the left field. I don't know if they're going to rule that a hit or an error. We're going to have to take a look at a replay and give you our judgment. And we'll wait for the official scorer on that. He had to go to his left, and he ended up on the ground almost on his knees. Oh, yeah, that's going to be an error. That'll be E5 charged to Nomura. No doubt about that one. Too much daylight between the ground and his glove. That was able to let the ball get underneath it. That's E5. So they got a runner at first here with nobody out, and that's going to bring up Go Matsumoto. Well, for Matsumoto tonight, he walked and stole a base his first time up. He is batting .275 on the season with 3 homers and 20 RBIs. He now has 6 stolen bases, and the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that misses down and away. The count is 1-0 to Matsumoto. Right-hander against the right-hander as Kishi gets his sign from his catcher, Simatani. A lot of fans sporting the Go Matsumoto cutout face. As the 1-0 is on the way. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Got to wonder what the next creative promotional thing is going to be in baseball anywhere. You think about some of the stuff, the bobbleheads were a huge rage there for a while in North America. Get all kinds of different stuff from time to time. I don't know if they issue too many bat days anymore. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Goes to 1-2 on Matsumoto. I remember bat day as a kid at Old Tiger Stadium. I think the Tigers were playing the Yankees, and Tiger fans were a little bit disgusted with the home team, and they started throwing their bats onto the field. That was going back into the 70s. Of course, they had a similar type of incident in Philadelphia. I don't understand why they give the promotions to the fans on the way in. I'd rather see them give them the fans on the way out of the stadium after the game. Here's the offering to Matsumoto. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. Could you imagine ball day at the field in New York where the Mets play? Everybody gets a ball. If they're not happy with their team, they start chucking the balls on the field. Be absolutely incredible. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Yeah, the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on and lifted on the right field line. It's going to reach the seats, and that's going to keep it 2-2. Our friend Tyler asked, did Bauer make the All-Star game? I know he was player of the month in the month of June in the Central League. I haven't seen the official results. I thought it was either today or tomorrow that the final, he wasn't initially voted in, and then they have the one player vote. So he was hoping and he was campaigning for himself on his channel to be that last guy or that last player voted in. And he's made a pretty good case for himself over the last 5 weeks. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away down the right field line. The count remains at 2-2. I try to connect with him when I'm in Yokohama on our channel here. His agent, Rachel Luba, represents a couple of people that used to train with me, and we're going to try to connect that way to be able to see if it can make it work, and that's what we're hoping for. I don't know the days off. I know he gets Monday off, as most of the teams do in a traditional NPB week. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Matsumoto. And we'll see if that is something that can happen. So that would be kind of cool. And here comes the 3-2 pitch now to Matsumoto. This is, we said in the first inning, twice Kishi had gone to full counts on hitters, and 4 times he had gone to 3 balls. Now here we are again, back-to-back full counts to the Fighters hitters. Here's the 3-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and another one fouled away, and that's going to keep the count at 3-2. 8 pitches already in this at bat to Matsumoto. Trevor Bauer, of course, is very popular in Japan. Of course, and since he has now settled down and started to deal, 6-2 record, if I believe off the top of my head. Although he got a no decision last night, he conceded 4 runs to the Hanshin Tigers. They had lost 5-4. There's a breaking ball swung on, and this is golf foul into the seats down the right field line. It's going to keep the count at 3-2 to Matsumoto. The battle will continue. This is going to be pitch number 10 coming up here. This at bat. We'll see if we can pull off some of that stuff, and hopefully we can share that with everybody. We are in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We just had to flip over our ticker. It is a 2-1 ball game. We'll have to update our ticker there as well for that. A little timeout ourselves. On the in-between innings, there's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow right field. Moving over underneath it and making the catch is Ogo, and that is going to retire Matsumoto for the first out of the inning, as he is going to be retired. It is a 2-1 scoreline here for the Fighters in the bottom half of the 3rd. The home run by Ariel Martinez has given them the lead. Fighters on top here. Our friend Deport Dizzy said, who should win this game? It's a great question. There's been some mixed reviews on some of the folks that are in here tonight. As that ball is thrown over to first, and diving back in time is the base runner Nomura. As I'd mentioned before, it is the Eagles who are playing good baseball right now, as they now find themselves in 4th place in the Pacific League, although they are over 10 games plus back behind the Oryx Buffaloes. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that just misses, and the count is now 1-0 to Ishii. Ishii tonight 0 for 1. He grounded out to second his first time up. Tyler says, give him the Fighters. Mick says he took Hanshin, the Swallows, and then a bunch of KBO action. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. I saw this week a transaction that Nico Goodrum, the former Astro Tiger twin, has now joined one of the teams in the KBO. I noted that piece there. This will be the time of the year where some players in AAA or even big league players will get released, and they'll get an opportunity to go over to either Japan or the Korean League, especially when some of the players in Japan haven't been working out. They'll silently be dismissed. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Very interesting look at this new stadium. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get there next month. There's a breaking ball that is taken for a called strike. Count now goes to 2-1. I am not going up into the Northeast. I'm going to stay away from Tohoku and Hokkaido, maybe next time. But I am going to be in the Tokyo region and Osaka for a grand total of 18 days. So looking forward to that. So here comes the 2-1 pitch as the right-hander Kishi holds set. He delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count now goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. So 3 balls and 1 strike it is, as Ishii is waiting on the offering here from Kishi. It's the Ishii-Kishi matchup. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into right field. It is deep, but not deep enough. Moving over underneath it is the right fielder, Ogo. He's going to make the catch. And retreating back to first is Nomura, and that is going to retire the second fighter of the inning. And that's going to leave it all up to the catcher, Yuya Gunji. Well, for Gunji, he's 1 for 1 tonight. He singled his first time up, but he was stranded at second base. Right-handed hitting catcher steps into the box, ready to face Kishi here. As he's waggling the bat, he's raised his average up to 385 since making his fighter's debut. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Gunji. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Gunji really holds the bat away from his body. He waggles the bat. And here's the pitch from Kishi. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Runs the count to 0-2 now on Gunji. It is a 2-1 lead here for the fighters in the bottom half of the third inning. Hitter Kishi gets the sign from his catcher Simatani, and he works to the set. Here comes the pitch. As he kicks and fires, it is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined foul down the right field line. Looks like it's going to get into the seats. I don't know how much that netting sometimes protects the fans or is intended to. I mean, sometimes you see too many balls get into the seats. I wonder if the angle of the netting is really positioned properly. I get it if you got a floater into the second tier or the third tier at the stadium here, but certainly at that lower level, the balls just seem to drop in more often than not. So here's the 0-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Gunji. Ball and 2 strikes. Thank everybody for being here with us tonight, listening into the stream. If you're new here, please be sure to keep us in mind for the future ball games that we will be calling. Friday, North American time, it is going to be the Buffaloes and the Hawks. And it'll be a Saturday, Sunday, and Monday Japan time on those games. There's a breaking ball missing down and away, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gunji. Daigo Kamikawa Kabata waits his turn on deck. 2-1 lead for the fighters. Kishi is working slowly. We're an hour and 10 minutes deep, and we're not quite through 3. Here's the 2-2. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. Giving chase is Ogo. He's into the corner, and he's going to make the catch. All 3 outs by Ogo here in the inning, and that is going to do it. Gunji hit the ball on the screws, but right to the right fielder of the Eagles. There was 1 run in the inning on the homer by Martinez. There was 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 3 complete. It is the Eagles trailing the Fighters 2-1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a few minutes. We appreciate you guys for listening in here with us tonight. We'll be back here in just a couple moments. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. Lots of different folks in the stream here tonight. It is KRSEDFs. We welcome you into the house. He's asking who we should bet on. Well, some of the other folks will give them your opinions as well. Zay says, who's pitching for the Fighters? He just got here. It is Kato on the hill tonight, as he is going to be he made his start. Our friend Mr. Wednesday Night says he's glad he found our channel, working the third shift in the Midwest. For something to listen to and to bet on. So we appreciate you for being here with us as well. As our friend KSEDFs also says, as soon as I pick the Ham Fighters, the other team is going to hit the 2-run homer. Yeah, probably. So here comes Hideto Asamura to the plate. He is 1 for 1 tonight. He singled and knocked the run in the first inning, and he takes a breaking ball for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Kato kicks and delivers. As the pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. Asamura leading the Pacific League in home runs with 16, surpassing Chusei Minami of the Fighters. So the top 2 home run hitters in the league in the ball game here tonight. As the 0-2 offering is on the way. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Asamura. Glossy also in the house here. Welcome you to the stream. As we said before, you bounced in earlier. There's a breaking ball that is missing outside, and the count goes to 2-2. We started doing the games a couple of years ago. We had a couple of folks that would make it in all the time. Our friend Ben Roberts, who was in Yokohama at the time, and he has now moved back to the United States. He is in the Cleveland, Ohio area. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field, moving back onto the warning track, and making the catch is Minami right against the Daikin advertisement in right center field, and that is going to retire Asamura. He gave it a ride, but just not far enough, and he is going to be out for out number 1. That is going to bring up the left fielder, Takara Okajima. Starting to say a little bit there, we had another fellow who was a Korean who was living in Vietnam, used to listen to our channel on a regular basis. There was only really a couple of us that were in here listening, and now we've got a much larger stream. As there was a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Okajima. Okajima struck out his first time up. And it is always a pleasure to have people bouncing in from different parts of the world, wanting to listen to the NPB in English, whether you're a gambler, a baseball fan, an aficionado, or just somebody who likes to listen to old school radio. We're glad you made it in. As that breaking ball is taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2 to Okajima. Kato working quickly, he goes back to the windup and delivers a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count goes to 1-2. Our friend Zay says not too far from him. He's about 40 minutes from Cleveland. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to first. Nice play by Martinez to pick it up on the short hop on his glove side, and he's going to win the race to the base. That's going to go down as a ground out to 3 for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that is going to bring up the first baseman, Yukiya Ito. Our friend Zay, I used to live 45 minutes from Toledo, Ohio. A long time ago, it seems like now, 15 years ago. Actually, more than that now. It's about 16 years ago, living in that Midwest area. Gotta love it. Here's the first offering now to the right-handed hitting Ito, and it's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Saw a Toledo Mudhens game one time at Ned Skeldon Stadium, but I've never been to Fifth Third Field. Great opportunity to go see that ballpark. As the right-handed batter Ito just steps backwards as time is called. He's going to reset himself, and we're ready to go again. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. The lefty Kato kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 0-2. Kato, the way that he delivers, he sometimes double pumps. He has a leg lift, and he does a second leg lift, and then he delivers. And the pitch that comes in is flying in as it is. It's very interesting. It's to throw the hitters off. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded up the middle. It's going to be a base hit for Ito. He's going to be aboard with a 2-out single here in the fourth inning. That is going to bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. So neither pitcher tonight has been able to retire the side in order. I have to say that with tongue-in-cheek, as the Eagles were retired in order in the third inning, but not conventionally. It was a leadoff single by Murray Biashi, and he was caught stealing for the second out of the inning. Kobakata and Ogo had went down respectively as well. But this is going to bring Tatsumi to the plate with 2 gone and a runner at first. As the lefty Kato holds to the set. Now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the first base side. The count is quickly 0-1. We will put up the announcements for our streams either today or tomorrow, being the future streams, which will be on the weekend. So if you get a chance, it'll be Buffaloes and Hawks, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday North American time. Late night if you're on the East Coast, and earlier if you're on the West. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly over to second, fielded by Ishii. He throws to first. That's going to retire Tatsumi on a ground out 4-3 for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it here for the Eagles in their half of the fourth. There was no runs a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the fourth inning. Your score is the Fighters 2 and the Eagles 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the fourth when we return right after this. Appreciate y'all for being here with us. Here is, again, our friend Steve Rademacher.
Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate your support and everybody out there. Steve again here, obviously, with the Milwaukee Brewers. Of course, we have Bernie Brewer on my favorite beverage of choice right there, along with a card of Bernie. Yay! Now, we got some special guests here. I'm not just talking about our Hall of Fame lineup. I must be in the front row. Hey, come on there, Robin. I got 3,000 hits. What do you have? Well, I was the all-time saves leader, and I got 1.5 feet on you. Okay, Raleigh, settle down, buddy. Now, none of this could be possible without Harvey's Wallbangers. There's Harvey. And who could forget the Fonz? Hey.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat for the Fighters in their half of the fourth inning. It's going to be Daigo Kamikawa-Kabata, Ryota Isabata, and the top of the order, Kataro Kiyomiya, to come to bat. And we got our friend Big D in the house tonight, stopping in, and we care about you too, Big D. We appreciate your support to the channel, and it is going to be one of those ones. Big D, I've got something in store for you. Hopefully we can have a good chat before I head off to Japan here in another week or two. And so we are glad to have you with us. Here comes the first offering from the pitcher, Ki Ishii, and it is going to nail Kamikawa-Kabata with the first pitch, and he is going to get himself first base on the hit batter, as he is going to be aboard. That is the second time tonight he has reached base, as he had singled his last time up. He got that one right on the elbow guard, and now that's going to bring up the center fielder, Ryota Isabata. friend Mr. Wednesday Night says, Brewer Collections, you're speaking my language. Our friend Big D says, I think Steve lost it. Yeah, Steve's got a few things that he's probably lost these days. But he is, of course, a huge supporter of our channel. And, of course, we like supporting Steve Rademacher as well. Big D said he had Tom Bunk live with him, and it was insane. Yeah, that's awesome. I jumped in a couple of your streams prior to there, Big D. And for those of you who don't know, Big D is into the Garbage Pail Kids, and he's got some of the creators, I say creators, some of the artists that he's had on his channel recently, and he has got himself a lot of interest, not just on YouTube, but also on Facebook. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Fielded neatly by the left fielder Okajima, and the Fighters have something brewing here. Hit by pitch to Kamikawa Kabata and a single by Isabata. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Kataro Kiyomiya. Our friend Mr. Wednesday Night says it's like Mr. Baseball, where the pitcher needs to tip his hat after beating the batter and allowing a benches clearing brawl. Yeah, you know, when you go back a number of years ago, there used to be a lot of brawls in the Japanese league. 25, 30 years ago, there was some pretty intense play. And it has really simmered down over the last 15 to 20 years. Fred Tyler says the Fighters are going to kill him. Well, who knows? This is where it gets interesting. As Kiyomiya steps to the plate, he's 0 for 2 tonight. He's flown out to right, and he has popped out to the third baseman. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into right field, but moving over underneath it is the right fielder Ogo. He makes the catch, and he fires it back in. It's going to be cut off on its way to third base, but it's going to hold the runner Kamikawa Kabata as Kiyomiya hit the ball hard, but right to the glove of the right fielder Ogo, who now has effectively made the last 4 outs in a row. So it's been a busy night for the right fielder, and all told in this one, that is 5 putouts now tonight for Ogo, as he is retired Kiyomiya for the first out of the inning. So 1 gone, and that is going to bring up Chusei Manami to the plate. As Manami steps to the dish. And so Manami is waiting. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count is 1-0 on Manami. Manami tonight has singled and scored a run. He has also flown out to center field. His average is been jumped up to 264 with those 15 homers and 42 runs batted in. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on, and it's chopped foul right behind home plate, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Friend Tyler says somehow he found a stream that's in front of ours, but no spoilers here. Yeah, there's some streams that are out there. We talk about it from time to time. If people are looking for streams, what they'll usually do is they'll link it up to our channel. A lot of the streams sometimes are in either Japanese or in another language, sometimes Chinese. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. There's a fastball swung on, and it is popped up over on the right side of the infield. Camping out underneath it is Kobakata. He's going to make the catch. That's going to retire Manami for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone. That's going to leave it all up to the first baseman, Ariel Martinez. Sometimes for folks who jump in here, there was a channel in the States called DAZN. They had picked up the Japanese games for a little bit. There was also another channel this year called, I believe, Friends to Friends. I don't really know much about it, or Family to Family, whatever it might be, FTF. And they were doing games on delay. So those were 2 channels. ABC a few years ago out of Hawaii used to carry the Japanese games. So if you were vacationing on the Big Island, you got a chance to be able to watch the Japanese games there. Other places that are potentials, if you want to go and watch on Live QQ, you have to get your Google Translator out and be able to navigate, to be able to pick that one up. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Our friend Big D says this weekend he's going to have the Topps artist who did the Topps Gallery and Museum collection. That's pretty cool. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball that misses upstairs for a ball. Big D, you should reach out to Lauren Taylor, who did the 2020 stuff, I think it was, or whatever that Topps was. She's in my area here. I had a chat with her a couple of years ago. She had some of her artwork on display locally here. And she did the Topps, some of the Topps artist stuff as well. There's a breaking ball that swung on it, is lifted into shallow right field. Moving over underneath it again is Ogo, and he's going to make the catch. So 5 of the last 6 outs have gone to the right fielder, and that is going to do it here for the Fighters in their half of the 4th inning. Well, a leadoff hit batter by Kamikawa Kabata, and then Isabata single goes for naught, as the Fighters are now down here in their half of the 4th inning. There was no runs. There was a hit. No errors, and 2 runners left aboard. We are now moving to the top of the 5th inning. Your score is the Fighters 2 and the Eagles 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back here in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for being here, and we'll catch up on the chat when we get back after this. Here's our friend Steve Rademacher again, as he is keeping everybody in the loop, no doubt about it. We'll be right back here after this one.
Hello, kids. Steve coming back at you for a Big Bang Theory commercial timeout from Freddie. Good game calling there, Freddie. Always love listening to you. You never cease to amaze me. But let's see what we get from the cards really quick. We have Wallowitz. Hey, we have Sheldon Cooper. We have a foil card. Nice. Hey, look, it's Leonard. Another Sheldon Cooper. Hey, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoy the game. And Freddie, let's big bang this thing out of here.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 5th inning. It's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat for the Eagles. That means Simatani, Yamazaki, and the top of the order, Muribayashi, to face Kato, who is on here for begin his 5th inning of work. 50 pitches through the first 4 innings for the Fighters left-hander, as he looks like he's going to be here for the long haul. He delivers a first pitch taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Simatani 0 for 1 tonight, as he has flown out to right field his only time up. He swings at a breaking ball. He pops it up over on the first base side. Giving chase is Ginji, and he's going to make the catch. And that's going to retire his opposite counterpart, Simatani, for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away, and that is going to bring up the shortstop, Yamazaki. Our friend Zay says he stopped watching the NPB the same time Shohei left, but started watching again last year, and he hasn't been disappointed. I have to say, when you're watching the Japanese league, I find it fun to watch. It's small ball. It is baseball almost in its purest sense. There's a breaking ball that is delivered and misses down and away for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. The game is what I would say sometimes in North America, and I sometimes without insulting, I say it can be too good. It's like watching the NBA versus college basketball. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Players in the NBA are just too good in some ways, whereas in college, a lot of things can still happen. They're good players, but they are still young kids, and they make mistakes. That's what makes the game a little bit more exciting. There's a breaking ball that swung on and fouled away. The count is 1-2. The Japanese league, you don't have, in some cases, quite the quality of what you would see in Major League Baseball, because in Major League Baseball, there are no import limits. So some of the teams can really load up on international players. The next thing you know is you've got things that, I hate to say almost predictable, as there's a fastball that misses down in it, and then the count now goes to 2-2 on Yamazaki. Friend Azay says he agrees. It's, the small ball hitting behind the runners, executing, doing the little things. That's what you find in the NPB. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field, and it's going to get down for a base hit in front of the left fielder, Matsumoto. That's going to be a one-out single here for Yamazaki, with the top of the order, Murray Biashi, coming up here in the 5th inning. So it is that time of the ball game. We are in the 5th inning, and so some of our listeners do like to play the game and bet on the games through the first 5. Of course, this is where the 5th inning always seems to be that there are a run or two will seem to be scored. Well, that brings up the plate Murray Biashi. He is 2 for 2 tonight. He's got a couple of singles. He's stolen a base, and he's been caught stealing. He's raised his average to 358. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. And as I say it's not a knock. Sometimes when you watch the Japanese league, I think it's a good thing that they put a cap on the import players. It allows them to develop their domestic players. If you start bringing in import shortstops and import catchers, and maybe they upgrade what you already have, you don't allow your own country players to develop. Here comes the 1-0, and squaring to bunt is Murray Biashi, and he takes it for a called strike as he pulls back. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Our friend Big D, as I back up, he says you can watch Steve co-host with him on Saturdays. As we said, if you're interested in Big D's channel, he's been doing a lot of stuff with the Garbage Pail Kids, but of course, as he mentioned, he's going to be doing some of the Topps museum collection and gallery, if you like some of that stuff as well. As Cato flips it over to first base, and getting back in time is the base runner, Yamazaki. Yamazaki aboard with 1 out, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Murray Biashi. We're here in the top of the 5th inning, as the Eagles are trailing the Fighters 2-1. Cato works to the set position. He checks the runner at first, and now he delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow right center field. Giving chase is Manami. He's going to make the catch. And retreating back to first is the runner Yamazaki. Murray Biashi hit that ball a little harder. It looked like it was going to be shallow, but the ball carried. He's gone for out number 2. And that is going to bring up the second baseman, Hiroto Kobakata. As I said at the outset here, interesting to see how the ball will travel in the ballpark when the roof is open. As this stadium here, this is the first time we have seen a game with the roof open in Hokkaido. One thing I do like is it is bright. The field, the players, when they close up the roof, even though it's got a lot of light, it does seem to be really, really dark. There is a fastball that misses up and away. The count is 1-0 to Kobakata. Kobakata tonight is 0 for 2. He has grounded to second, and he has flown out to center field. We're talking about good quality at bats. He had hit behind the runner his first time up to advance the runner Murray Biashi to third, who later scored. It was a good piece of hitting by the second baseman tonight. I say that because Kobakata played a lot of shortstop in 2022. As there was a fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the first base side. The count is now even at 1-1. His average has dropped to 253 on the season, but he can be very, very streaky. He can pick up a few knocks in a row and have a week or two of games that could bring that average right back north of 270. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. And now he's asked for time and stepped out of the box, and we're going to do this all over again. 1 ball and 1 strike. The other part to this is we're also glad it's an entertaining afternoon game. There's nothing worse than getting yourself into a blowout, and then you're having to talk all by yourself to nobody because everybody has evacuated the game. But certainly here tonight, getting a chance to talk to everybody and those who listen in. We appreciate you for being here. So 1 strike it is. As the lefty gets his sign and now works to the set position. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. Off to the races is the base runner Yamazaki, and he is going to take second base. That's going to be a stolen base. They are now 3 for 4 against Gunji. So that's 3 stolen bases tonight. You had to think they were going to be testing him as the young catcher here, not on the mark that time. So safe at second with a stolen base is Yamazaki. It is now 1 strikes to Kobakata. He's now in scoring position here with 2 gone in the inning. And that was actually a pretty good decision to run because you kind of got Kobakata in a position here where if he gets a base hit, that'll score you. But if he's ends up out, then it gets thrown out. He would have had Kobakata leading off the next half inning. As he swings at a breaking ball and fouls that away, and the count is going to remain at 1-2 to Kobakata. Top of the 5th inning, Fighters have the lead 2-1 over the Golden Eagles. As we had to go back, there was a play earlier on. We said that was an error by the third baseman Murabayashi, and that's exactly what it is. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-2. We weren't 100% sure because we said we don't know what the scorer was going to think. It definitely went down as an error. That is for sure. So 2 strikes to Kobakata. He waits here on the offering. A beautiful day in Hokkaido for this one. The lefty checks the runner at second base. Here comes pitch number 66 of the ball game as he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now goes full to Kobakata. Kato has been very effective here tonight. He has only started to struggle a little bit here in this inning. He's gone a deeper into the counts with 2 of the 4 hitters he's faced. So here comes the offering from the lefty. He checks the runner at second. Checks him again and now delivers. It's a fastball swung on and it's tapped foul over on the first base side. The count remains at 3-2 to Kobakata. As we said, the only game in town right now in Japan. All the other games will start at 6 o'clock Japan time. That is about 3.5 hours away, or 3 hours and 20 minutes away. The start of the other 5 ball games. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. Kato leans in, he comes set to the belt. He checks the runner at second, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. That's going to be ball 4 as Kobakata is going to get himself a 2-out walk. And that is going to put runners at first and second. It's going to bring up the right fielder, Yuya Ogo, and it's going to bring the pitching coach out of the Fighters' dugout. Have a word with his left-hander, Kato. So wouldn't you know it, here we are in the 5th inning, and for all of those people who like to put their nickels and dimes down on the games or their dollars and cents, it is now the opportunity here where, of course, there is a situation on our hands where the Fighters find themselves in some difficulty here as they've got runners at first and second with 2 gone. And the tough part of the batting order coming up here for the Eagles. It is Yuya Ogo stepping to the plate. Ogo is 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded to first and he has struck out. But he has been a producer here for the Eagles this year. His average has dipped to 271. He's got 5 homers and 24 runs batted in. Batting from the left side against the lefty Kato. Checks the runner at second. Here comes the 69th pitch of the ball game for Kato. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 strikes. Zay cheering for Kato here. As we said, it'll be a 10 o'clock Pacific game on the Friday, North American time, the Saturday Japan game. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted in to shallow center field. Backing up on it is the second baseman, Ishii, but moving over underneath it is Isobata, and he's going to make the grab. And that is going to do it here for the third out of the inning. Well, they had no runs in the inning. They did have a hit. There were no errors, and 2 runners stranded aboard. We're now through 4.5. Your score is the Fighters 2 and the Eagles 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with more Japanese baseball after this. Appreciate you guys for listening in here with us. Here is our friend Eric once again.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the 5th inning, and it's going to be the heart of the batting order coming to bat for the Fighters. That means Yuki Nomura, Go Matsumoto, and Kazunori Ishii. And the beer is flowing in Hokkaido at Escon Field. That's the one thing I'm interested in is when we get to Japan, be sure to keep an eye on our channel. We'll be doing some stuff for everybody to have an opportunity to watch as we take you through the tour of our games and our adventures across the land of the rising sun. Here's the first pitch delivered to the right-handed hitting Nomura. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. We are a month away from that. We'll do some shorts as well as some regular stuff, and hopefully you guys can enjoy having us here. Our friend Mr. Wednesday says he's having a Tom Amansky flashback with the commercial we just showed. That's kind of funny. Here's the 0-2 pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the right field line, but it's going to get itself into the seats, and that's going to keep the count at 0-2 to Nomura. We had some fun with that. We did that up at the Cypress Mountain here in British Columbia in West Vancouver. And the ships in the background, it looked like it was just these ships off, but we were up at a pretty good elevation. As that breaking ball misses down, and the count is 1-2. Eric was in town here doing helping us with some programming. As the breaking ball swung on and missed, and Nomura is down on strikes for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Go Matsumoto. A chance to talk to today a little bit. I didn't get a chance to see the All-Star game last night, so we were catching up on that for a little bit, to see how that was. So 1 gone in the books. It's going to bring Matsumoto to the plate. He is 0 for 1. He's flown out to right field. He has walked and stolen a base as the right-hander delivers. It's a slow breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Matsumoto, as we said earlier, was the Pacific batting champion last year. He is not off to the pace, 70 points lower than last season's average. As that fastball misses down and away, and the count now is 1-1. You have to tip your hat to the pitcher, Kishi. It looked like after the first inning, he was going to be cooked like dinner. He's been able to give them 5 innings almost here tonight, 4 1/3. As that fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 1-2. Was definitely an escape artist early on. The Fighters had an opportunity to knock him out of the ball game early. He has been able to hang in here, has been Kishi. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. So Matsumoto ready to face the 1-2 offering from Kishi, who rocks into the windup and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field, and this time it's going to get down for a base hit in front of Ogo. As we said, has been very busy tonight. It's a one-out single here for Matsumoto, and that is going to bring up the second baseman, Kazunori Ishii. Well, for Ishii, he's 0 for 2 tonight. He is grounded to second and flown out to right field in his 2 trips to the plate. As he strides here. Ishii coming to bat. The runner at first is Matsumoto, who establishes his lead. You got to keep an eye on him. He can run a little bit. He's got 6 stolen bases on the year. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Ishii. Ishii, his first time up, had an opportunity to bunt. Wasn't able to do the job. Ended up having to battle back and ended up grounding out. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. As the right-hander Kishi delivers a fastball taken for a called strike at the knees, and the count now is 0-2 to Ishii. So Kishi versus Ishii. The battle of epic proportions here, as it's no balls and 2 strikes now to Ishii. Matsumoto establishes his lead. And the 0-2 is on the way. It's a breaking ball that misses down. It gets away from the catcher, Simatani. And advancing to second will be Matsumoto. We'll have to see how they're going to rule that. I don't know if he was in motion, but that certainly is a wild pitch regardless. Got to look at that one again. It was a breaking ball that ended up at about 57 feet from home plate. And it took a weird hop. It stayed down and hit Simatani right in the right shin guard. It was like he was having to limp to it as he had to get to it. Like adding insult to injury. So Matsumoto now in scoring position here as it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ishii. As he checks the runner at second does Kishi, and here comes the pitch. Kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and it's lifted foul into the seats over on the third base side, and that's going to keep the count at 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner again, Matsumoto establishes his lead at second. He is 180 feet from home plate, or less than with that 12-foot lead. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-2 on Ishii. As we said, pretty good crowd in here for us tonight. So we'd like to do a lot of the Pacific League games, but it is more of the early games that are on our tablet or on our plate. I like to try to do the earlier ones. Some of the late night games just can't get it done. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on, and it's tapped softly over to the right side of the infield. Fielded neatly by the first baseman, Ito, and he flips it to the pitcher covering. And stopping at third is Matsumoto. He is going to be safe over on that side. So that's going to go down as a ground out 3-1 for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the catcher, Yuya Gunji. Well, for Gunji tonight, he is 1 for 2. He's got a single in 2 trips. He's also lined out to the right fielder as he comes to bat here with the runner Matsumoto at third base. 100 pitches now for the starter Kishi. As we said, we anticipate and expect that this might be his final inning of work. And here comes the pitch to the right-handed hitting Gunji, who swings at a fastball and fouls that one away down the right field line. And the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Just as a reminder, after this half inning, they like to do an extended break in the Japanese league. We like to call it our Japanese halftime. And as they do an extended break, we'll put the commercial up on loop. And we'll take ourselves a little time out so we can get ourselves a little snack and refresh our water and be ready to go again. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to third. It is fielded this time neatly by the third baseman, Murray Biashi. He throws to first. And Gunji is out on a ground out 5-3 for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it. No runs, one hit, no errors, and one runner left the board. We are now through 5 complete. Your score is the Fighters 2 and the Eagles 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. As we mentioned before, it is what we like to call the Japanese halftime. We're going to take this extended break, stretch our legs, and come on back for the back half of the ball game. We appreciate you guys for listening in here with us tonight. We'll be right back after this.
Hey guys, Steve come back at you again. Steve Rademacher, that is. And during this intermission, let's open up a package of Garbage Pail Kids Series 4 Chrome, shall we? See what we get, then we'll come right back to the game with Freddie. Oh, very nice. I got a Ruptured Rupert. Very nice. We have a Jules Brooks to go right along with everyone's favorite Def Jeff. Sorry about the glare, but that's what Chrome do. We did get a Mosquito. You know, that's Wisconsin State bird right there. And the cracked ice is a Pinned Penny. Gotta love Garbage Pail Kids. Gotta love Freddie. Gotta love baseball. See you next time.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Cato coming out for his 6th inning of work. He's going to be facing the heart of the batting order here for the Eagles. It'll be Asamura, Okajima, and Ito, as we had that little timeout that we like to call the Japanese halftime. And it is a cloud-covered day or partly cloudy day in Hokkaido, but it is a bright sky when the clouds are out of the way, I should say. And so here comes the first pitch to Hideo Asamura. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is quickly 0-1. Asamura 1 for 2 tonight. Has a single in 2 trips. He's also knocked in the only run here for the Eagles. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the right-handed hitting Hideo Asamura. Lefty Kato gets his sign, and he works to the set. Now he kicks and delivers. Pitch on the way. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. Asamura there locked him up. I think he was looking for something different. That pitch was actually on the inside corner. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the lefty double pumps again and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's rolled over to short, fielded by Kamikawa Kabata. He throws to first, and Asamura is retired on a ground out 6-3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 eagle up and 1 eagle down. That'll bring up the left fielder Takira Okajima. For Okajima tonight, he is 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out to first. As I watched that last at bat by Asamura, he got that one a little bit further down the handle. There was a fellow I used to coach with. He was telling me a story a number of years ago when Elston Howard had made an all-star game. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. And Harmon Killebrew and Ted Williams were also at the all-star game, and he went to the bat rack to check out their bats. As the 0-1 is on the way, it's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is now 0-2. And the big thing you noticed with Ted Williams, that Ted Williams, when he hit the ball, was always around the sweet spot. Harmon Killebrew, always around the sweet spot. Here's the 0-2 pitch. As Kato delivers a breaking ball that just misses outside for a ball, and the count is 1-2. But Elston Howard, when he looked at his own bat, it looked like it was a piñata. It was all over the place. Never hit the ball in the sweet spot, hit it all over the map. As the 1-2 is on the way, it's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was what Elston Howard had recognized about his own doing. But when Asamura was at the plate, he sure didn't hit it in the sweet spot. He caught it down there more where he started to get thin around the handle. Hit that soft roller to the shortstop. There's the 1-2 pitch now to Okajima. Fastball swung on, grounded over to the right side of the infield. Fielded by Ishii. He throws to first. And that is going to retire Okajima on a ground out 4-3 for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Yukiya Ito. Well, we want to welcome our friend Undrafted Player to the stream for some of you guys. He is from France. He's listening in to us. We appreciate you for being there. He says he's trying to organize his collections and do some TTM requests. That is absolutely awesome. And here comes the first offering from the lefty who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now is no balls and 1 strike to Ito. Ito tonight is a 1 for 2. He's got a single in 2 trips. Not sure who you're doing your TTM requests, if it's for football or baseball. If you ever check out Undrafted Player, he's got an interesting channel as well. He's got all kinds of neat stuff, different types of collections, some weird things. And I shouldn't say weird, but things that we don't always see here in North America. As that pitch missed to Ito down, and the count is 1-1. Action in the bullpen. As it looks like it is Uchi up and throwing. We saw Uchi earlier this year. He made his debut for the Golden Eagles, and he looked good. As a fastball swung on his popped-up foul over on the third base side, it's going to reach the seats. Count goes to 1-2 now on Ito. Kato has not retired the side in order in this one here tonight. He is looking to do so here. I shouldn't say that totally, because he did retire the side in order unconventionally after it was a base hit by Muribayashi. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field. way back, and it is gone in the upper deck. A solo shot by Ito, and that has tied the ball game at 2. That is a solo shot here by Ito. That ball got out in a hurry. And no doubter, home run number 5 on the season for the young first baseman for the Golden Eagles. As high fives are all around as he returns to the dugout. And of course, we don't get a 3-up, 3-down inning again, but rather a home run deposited into the seats. Our friend John Sandheim says, let's go. One thing people were asking about is it going to be over or under? Why do I have a feeling this game goes extra innings tonight? Just have that buzz about it that it is going to go extras. I don't know why. Maybe because it's the only game in town right now and I'll lock up and go into the wee hours of the morning. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Ryosuke Tatsumi. Tatsumi 1 for 2 tonight. He has a single and 2 trips. He's also got a stolen base. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the first base side. Count is now 0-2. Mr. Wednesday Night says, so glad he took the Eagles plus 270. Well, I'm not sure how this game is going to fare, but I think it's going to be a battle of the bullpens. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and they appeal over to the third base umpire, but they say Tatsumi didn't go, and the count is 1-2. Just have that feeling tonight. This is where we're going to be looking at. It's going to be one of those nights. It's going to go extras. I just know it for some reason. There's a breaking ball missing outside. The count goes to 2-2 on Tatsumi. So here comes the 2-2 offering as the lefty kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. Tatsumi pulls the hands inside and fouls that one off. Keeps the count at 2-2. More action now in the bullpen of the Golden Eagles. They have another right-hander up. As we said, Uchi was up and throwing. Trying to get a number here on the other right-hander. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the first base side, and count remains even at 2s to Ryosuke Tatsumi. After the game is done, we'll also give a recap of this one. As we said, it's the only game in town tonight, so won't be giving you any updates on the other games. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field, and it's going to get down for a base hit in front of Manami. So back-to-back hits here in the 6th inning. A home run by Ito and now a single by Tatsumi has kept it going here for the Golden Eagles, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Jinjiro Sumitani. Good piece of hitting there by Tatsumi. Really did a good job of keeping his hands inside the ball. Got the barrel head out in front and able to yank that one into right field for a base hit. Action now going in the bullpen for the Fighters. Looks like they've got a right-hander up. Looks like the right-hander is number 67, Takumi Yamamoto. There is a breaking ball that misses to Sumitani for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Sumitani tonight 0 for 2. He's got a fly out to right and a pop out to the catcher. So here comes the 1-0 offering. As the lefty Kato gets his sign, he nods in agreement with his catcher, and he's ready to go. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count goes even to 1-1. Ball and 1 strike to Sumitani. Boy, oh boy, I'm not so sure about that one. I think if I'm Sumitani, I'm going to have a conversation with that home plate umpire next time I go up behind the plate. If there's anybody you got to protect, it's got to protect the catchers, for crying out loud. They're the ones who protect you. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball outside. There goes the runner down to second base. The throw appears to be in time. It's going to nail the runner, Tatsumi, at second, but right away, the manager, Ishii, is coming out of the dugout. They're going to go look at this on the replay. So hold your horses, everybody. This inning may not be done. We'll get a look at it and give you our thoughts on what we think the result is going to be. Throw looked like it was in time. The only problem was it looked like the tag was a little bit high. I think they were able to get in there. Our friend Caleb Atkins in the house tonight, cheering for the Eagles. Oh, they might have a case. Depending on the camera angle that they get, I don't know if we're going to get some home cooking here or not. But I think he may have got in there safely. I don't know if they're going to be able to tell on the angles that we've seen so far today. We're looking at how the tag is applied. The tag is applied on looks like the right knee of the runner. We're getting an overhead angle of this, and I think he's going to be safe. I think that's going to get overturned. Oh, boy. That gets Tatsumi into scoring position if they overturn this one. And if it is overturned, it's the fourth stolen base of the ball game. Here comes the umpire. And no, they're going up at the right hand. They said he's out. Oh, boy. That is going to do it here as Tatsumi is caught stealing. 2-6 for the third out of the inning. Oh, boy, that's going to do it. Well, the Eagles had a run in the inning on 2 hits. There was no errors and nobody left the board. We are now moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your score is Fighters 2 and the Eagles 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call. Bottom of the 6th inning coming up after this. Appreciate you all for being with us here tonight. Be right back after this from our friend Steve Rodwacker.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and we are glad that you are back here. And it is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming to bat. That's Kamikawa Kabata, Isobata, and Kiyomiya. As we are going to get an update to see if they are going to the bullpen. We're going to look at that highlight again. Our friend Mr. Wednesday Night said on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how good was that call that just got reviewed? Well, personally speaking, I think that was the right thing to do by the coaches. I like the fact that they don't get on the phone, look upstairs, and take 30 seconds. It's an immediate call to go upstairs for that review. And the manager, Ishii, wanted that, ordered it up. And I'll tell you, it was a bang-bang play. It looked like on the angles we saw that the runner had beaten the throw. So I don't know what angles that they are seeing elsewhere. The tag looked like it was high. And I'm not sure that he impacted the thigh of the runner as that happened. So I guess that's the way it goes. It is going to be a pitching change now for the Golden Eagles, as it looks like it is Uchi now coming into the ball game. We'll get you the specs here. We had seen him pitch earlier this year. In fact, we saw him pitch in his NPB debut. He was absolutely electric. So we're going to take a look and we'll get you his stats and specs here in just a moment. As they bring the righty into pitch. We're having a moment here to make sure that we got the right guy. It looks like it's his 32nd appearance. And it is going to be Kamikawa Kabata to face Suryo Uchi here. Right-hander against the left-hander. Uchi delivers a fastball that misses upstairs for ball one. The count is 1-0. So the second pitcher used here tonight. So Sayuru Uchi on in relief as there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count goes even to 1-1. For Uchi on the season, his rookie year, picked 6th in the 2020 draft. Delivers a fastball. This is swung on and it's grounded foul just down the third base line. Oh, just past the glove of the third baseman, Murabayashi, but the umpire had to do some hopscotch to get out of the way as that almost took him out. We'll get the replay of that one. Just foul. Oh, boy, some quick, fancy footwork by the third base umpire to get himself out of the way. Very fortunate there. He was not drilled. That's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Uchi's 3-2 on the season, by the way. He has worked in 31 ball games, and he is a fastball delivered. Take it for a called third strike. Kamikawa Kabata gone for the first time tonight. 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up Ryota Isabata. So 3-2 is Uchi. He's worked 31 1/3 innings. He's allowed 21 hits. He has walked 9. He has struck out 23. He's got himself an ERA of 2.87. Is where the young right-hander stands up to this point. So Isabata, who is 1 for 2 tonight, he has struck out looking and singled. Takes a first pitch breaking ball over for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Our friend Zay said he liked the call. He was a Fighters fan back on that one. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The friend in the living room says he doesn't even like baseball. He's just here for the Steve Rademacher clips. Fred Zay asked the question. He says, what do you think of Yuki Matsui going to the MLB? Well, I do think Yuki Matsui will get there eventually. Here's a ball that's knocked down, driven down, and it is picked up by the catcher who fires to first, and they're going to get Isabata. That's going to be a put up, but yet now the big boss is going for a replay look here. I think that's going to be a put out. That's going to be ground out 2-3. But Isabata, they got down the line in a hurry. We're going to have to wait on that one. So Mr. Wednesday night, we got another replay on our hands here. Let's see what this replay is all about. That was a check swing, actually a check swing. I thought he got a piece of it and hit it into fair territory, but the catcher, Simatani, blocked it, came up throwing. And that is going to retire. We're going to put that as a strikeout in the books. K 2-3 for the second out of the inning. Bring up the top of the order. I'd be surprised if this one was any longer in a replay mode. The one before this was a lot easier. And here comes the umpires, and they come out with the right hand. That is going to retire the base runner Isabata for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Kotaro Kiyomiya. But back to Zay's thoughts about us thinking Yuki Matsui to the MLB. I think he'll go. I don't know if he's going to close. One of the things that with Matsui, he's kind of frustrating to watch. He uses a lot of pitches that he shouldn't have to throw sometimes. I don't know if he's sharp enough to be a closer in the MLB as much as he would be a good situational lefty out of the pen. So there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Kiyomiya. Uchi kicks and delivers. There's a fastball missing upstairs. The count goes to 1-1. And it is true, as our friend Zay says, we got ourselves a ball game here. It's 2-2 in the bottom of the 6th. A little bit behind on our ticker. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. We'll catch up our ticker here on this one, as we are all locked up at 2s. Busy getting a snack and a drink on the in-between, and we forget to update the ticker. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field, but in front of the warning track and with room is the left fielder Okajima, and he's going to put that one away, as that's going to retire Kiyomiya for the third out of the inning. So no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 6 complete. It is the Fighters 2 and the Eagles 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll bring you more Steve Rademacher clips and more stuff from our friend Matt after this. Hang tight, everybody. We appreciate y'all for being with us.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Eagles batting order. Simatani, Yamazaki, and Moribayashi to come to bat here in the 7th inning. Just looking to see if the Fighters are going to stick it out with Kato for another inning or if they are going to be making a change. It is going to be Kato on the mound for yet another inning of work. As we go back to the action, 93 pitches to start the inning, and there's a fastball swung on. Grounded softly over to first, fielded by Martinez. He steps on the base, and Simatani retired very quickly here on one pitch. There is one away, and that'll bring up shortstop Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. So 1 up and 1 away, and Yamazaki strides to the plate. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single in 2 trips. He's also stolen a base. So that, just like that is how it works. Lefty Kato was pretty economical in his pitches. Only in the last couple innings is where it's kind of got away from him. 93 pitches through the 6 innings of work. As he delivers a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Yamazaki. No balls and 1 strike. As the lefty pumps a couple of times and delivers, there's a breaking ball that is down, but the home plate umpire goes with the right hand saying Yamazaki went around, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. The lefty Kato nods in agreement with the catcher, and he's ready to go to work again. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that just misses inside, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Our friend Gene Ju says Steve Rademacher is the GOAT. He's the GOAT of our in-between inning segments, that's for sure. Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball, waved out and missed. And they're going to tag Yamazaki. He's going to be gone for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Kazuki Moribayashi. When I go back to last week's ball game, we did the Fighters, and I'm just picking off the other ball club, the Chibalote Marines. And the ball game that we did, as I remember correctly, it was the Fighters who had a couple of runs early on. There was a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Moribayashi. It was the last 22 batters of the ball game were retired by the Marines, or the Marines retired of the Fighters. And that was pretty impressive stuff. It was a 2-0 lead or 2-1 lead for the Fighters early on, and then they couldn't do anything after that. Breaking ball taken for a called strike. The countdown goes to 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Moribayashi. Our friend Malik in here says, what do you all think the final score is going to be? Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2. Well, some of our friends in here early on were suggesting that they wanted to see the under at 6.5. There were some other people who had the over at 6.5. The runs, I think, are going to be at a premium in this one. And I would not bat an eye at extra innings. As we are here in the top of the 7th. Here's the 1-2 pitch. As Kato delivers a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Moribayashi. But I think runs are going to be at a premium the rest of the way here. And maybe the next run will be the winning run. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on, grounded to the right side. It's going to get through the 4-hole and to right field. And yet again, they can't retire the side 1-2-3. They get the first 2 outs, and they can't bear down to get the 3rd out. As Moribayashi is aboard with a single. It's his 3rd hit of the ball game. I wouldn't be batting an eye if they put him in motion. He is 1 for 2 in the stolen base department tonight. Our friend Mr. Wednesday Night says, which of these teams has the better bullpen? Well, to be honest with you, if you would ask me at the beginning of the season, I probably would have said the Eagles. But I wouldn't shake a stick at the Fighters having the better pen. There was a fastball that misses up and in. Counts 1 ball and no strikes to Kopakata. RXC asked the question, if they go to extra innings, is there a ghost runner like in the MLB? And the answer to that question is no. It is they go to extra innings, but they only play 12 innings. That's the difference. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. In fact, if you ask me, I would prefer to play a 3 extra inning game than to have a ghost runner on base if I was given the choice. Play 3 extra innings. Baseball is baseball. Let's forget the ghost runner starting at second. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. As Kato holds set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a slow breaking ball that misses inside. And that is actually looks like it was called a strike. I'm going to have to see that one again. And off to the races is Moribayashi. He's going to steal second base. Boy, let's see that pitch again. That pitch looked like it was way inside. I don't know if the home plate umpire was screened by the catcher. I don't think we're going to get that one on a replay, but that one needed to be replayed. There's 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Kopakata. So the lefty checks the runner at second base. He holds set at the belt and now delivers. There's a fastball swung on, grounded foul just past the bag at first base. The count remains at 1-2. Zay says, especially when I'm watching the game on TV, the game in person, I want the game to last forever. Also a good point by our friend Zay. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. As it's delivered, it's a breaking ball swung on, and this is lifted foul into the seats down the third base side, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kopakata. The runner at second, Moribayashi. There is 2 gone here in the 7th inning. The pitcher Kato looking to finish off the Eagles here in the inning. He shakes off the signs from his catcher Gunji. And now he's got something he likes and he's ready to go. He checks the runner over at second. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's on its way. It's a fastball that misses inside. Count now goes to 2-2. That's pitch number 110 of the ball game. You got to like that. Old school baseball. I took a look last night. Trevor Bauer went for 113 pitches. His 7 innings of work. He got a no decision in that one, but love the fact that it's 113, 120 pitches. What's the difference? If you're out there throwing 130 pitches or you're throwing 80. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to the right side. Diving is the second baseman, Ishii, and it's into shallow right field. Throw to the plate by Manami, and it is going to be in time, and it's going to nail the runner trying to score from second base. So Kobakata with a base hit through the 4-hole. Manami charging the ball, comes up throwing. A one-hop shot to the plate. The tag applied, and out at the plate, Maribiashi on a putout, 9-2 for the third out of the inning. Oh boy, what a play that was. Well, they had no runs in the inning. There were 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left the board. We are now moving to the bottom of the 7th inning. Your score is the Eagles 2 and the Fighters 2. Stick around, everybody. What a fantastic finish that was to that half of the inning. We'll be right back in just a few with all the action after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are now cruising to the bottom half of the 7th inning. It's going to be Chusei Manami, Ariel Martinez, and Yuki Nomura, as it is the Fighters coming to bat here in their half of the 7th inning. It was Manami's throw to the plate that ended that last half of the inning, and it is his work that has put the Fighters in the position that they are here, still in a 2-2 ball game. Our friend who came into the stream here asking, where can you watch the game? Well, for some people here, we talked about it a little earlier on, and it's great that our friend Rodriguez is in the house here. We do have a pitching change, and so we'll talk about that a little bit as we call the game, but I'm not going to interrupt right here. If somebody wants to talk about it in the chat, they're welcome to, but I'm not going to break up the continuity of our call for these answers. The pitching change is in. It is Shota Watanabe now in the ball game, a right-hander, who is taking over here for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. This is going to be pitcher number 3 used here tonight. So Shota Watanabe in the ball game, on in relief of Suryo Uchi. So for Watanabe on the season, he is making his 16th appearance as the rookie. He's got 2 wins and 1 loss. He's worked in 15 innings. He has allowed 7 walks, struck out 15, and he's given up 3 runs all earned. He's got an ERA of 1.80. And here comes the first offering. It is a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. I have to say, the home plate umpire here tonight, a little bit dicey on what he calls sometimes. Emprendedores de Caro, I don't know if I've said that right, said, which team is up to bat? We're in the bottom of the 7th, and the Fighters are the home team. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's a fastball swung. It's popped up on the left side of the infield. Backing up underneath it is the shortstop, Yamazaki. He's going to make the catch. That is going to retire Manami for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Ariel Martinez. Zay says there's plenty of places to watch, pay a subscription. Some require a VPN. And that's absolutely correct. Ariel Martinez stepping to the plate. Just have to hit the hot mic here for everybody so they don't have to listen to me cough away. There's a fastball that misses down for a ball. The count is 1-0. One ball and no strikes. The right-handed hitting Martinez. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-0. A lot of people will, if they have a translator or Google Translate, a lot of people will use a live QQ to look in, as they carry quite a few of the ball games themselves. Here's the 2-0 pitch. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field, and this ball is going to get down for a base hit in front of the right fielder, Ogo, who comes up firing. That's going to be a one-out single for Ariel Martinez, his third hit of the ball game. And a base hit here for Martinez. And that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Yuki Nomura. Our friend RXC in the house here. We appreciate you for listening in. He says his first time tuning in. Well, maybe you'll join us again this weekend when we call a few more. As it is going to be nothing tomorrow night, as there are no games North American time for the NPB, but Saturday, Sunday, and Monday games in the NPB, which means Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night in North America. We will do the Buffaloes and the Hawks, all three games of that series. There's a breaking ball that misses down for a ball. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes for Nomura. Friend James is hoping that Yuki can hit a home run. Well, we'll find out what happens here. Here comes the offering, but instead they throw over to first. Oh, that was a close play at first base. It looked like they had Ariel Martinez leaning the wrong way. Our friend Dinger says, any idea why games are starting this weekend? And now they throw to first base, and now they pick off Martinez. The last time it looked like it was close, and now Martinez struggles to get back. The A move over there by Watanabe is able to get the base runner. He is going to be picked off here for the second out of the inning. Oh, boy, that's a boneheaded base running mistake if you ever saw that one. And Martinez walks back to the dugout. Let's see again there. It looked like he got himself crossed up. He was out by a good solid half a step. Tried to come back standing up. Looked like he got his cleats caught. As the fastball delivered to Nomura, take it for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. And there's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-1. Dinger asks the question, says, any idea why the games are starting later this weekend than usual? That as a whole, I don't know. It's a little weird because no games on Friday Japan time, but they're playing Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. As the fastball misses inside, and the count is 3-1. And of course, then it's the All-Star break in Japan next week. So the All-Star games over there will be played. And then, of course, it'll be back to the live action the following weekend. Our friend RXC says, are we in North America? Yes, we are. We are north of the 49th. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 3-2. Well, we'll be in North America for about another 40 days, and then we will be in the land of the rising sun. So for those of you tuning into the channel, make sure you bookmark the channel and join us on our ride in Japan, as we will be there for about 3 weeks with a little stopover in Korea before we come back. There was a fastball. It's check swing swung on, grounded in front of the plate, fielded by Simatani. He picks it up, throws to first. It's going to be a ground out, 2-3. And that is going to do it here for the Fighters in their half of the inning. Well, there was no runs in the inning. There was the hit by Martinez, but he got picked off. No errors and nobody left the board. We're now through 7 complete. It is the Eagles 2 and the Fighters 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the 8th inning when we return. It is just getting good here in Hokkaido. Appreciate you guys for all being with us tonight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's another Hollis build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. There is a pitching change, and it is going to be a number 52 entering the ball game, and that's going to be Takahiro Hasegawa. So Hasegawa is going to be taking over. This is going to be the second pitcher used here by the Fighters this evening, as he is on in relief of the starter Kato, who went 7 innings and delivered well over 110 pitches. So it is going to be the reliever, as we said. Well, it looks like it's Takahita Ikeda who's in the ball game. So that is who we have here. I had to do a quick take on that one there. So who's he going to face? Well, it's going to be Yuya Ogo, Hideto Asamura, and Takira Okajima, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat here in the Eagles' 8th inning. So for Ogo tonight, he is 0 for 3. He has grounded to first. He has struck out and flown to center. His average has dropped to 270 on the season. He's got those 5 homers and 24 runs batted in. The first pitch is a breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Ogo. So Takahita Ikeda on in relief. So the right-hander works to the set position from the stretch, and he delivers a fastball at the knees, taken for a called strike. The count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. That RBI, or that throw to the plate by Manami to cut down the base runner in that last half inning, Murabayashi, could be a game changer in this one. There's a breaking ball swung on, grounded over to second, fielded by Ishii, throws to first. And that is going to retire Ogo on a ground out 4-3 for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Hideto Asamura. Our friend Swizzy J303 says, thanks for having this up. We appreciate you for listening in with us here tonight as well, if you are sticking around the channel. So Asamura, 1 for 3 tonight. He has driven in 1 of the 2 runs for the Golden Eagles. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. So 1 ball and no strikes to the right-handed hitting Asamura. Asamura, the captain of the Golden Eagles, waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Ikeda, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that catches on the outside corner, and the count now is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander ready to go back to work again. Here's the offering to Asamura, who Ikeda works to the set position. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander against the right-hander. Ikeda gets his sign. He's ready to go back to work as the right-handed hitting Asamura waiting on the delivery. He does take his time, does Ikeda. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count goes even to 2-2. I'm not sure what the difference was between that pitch and the one a couple of pitches ago. I'm looking at that on the replay, and I'm going to say, boy, That looked like it was a called third strike. I think that Asamura gets a veteran call there at the plate. You can see the pitcher Akita not impressed by the call of the home plate umpire. Here's the 2-2. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Asamura down on strikes for the second out of the inning. Oh, Akita had to dial it back a little bit, and he blew it right by him. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Takeru Okajima. Has to be frustrating for the pitcher because the pitch just a couple pitches earlier, pretty much the same location, and the catcher was able to set up and he hit his spot. So sometimes when you hit the spot, you wonder why they don't get rewarded more often than not. It's not like he missed it by 5 feet. It was right there on the corner. So here's the pitch. It's a first pitch breaking ball down to Okajima for ball 1, and the count's 1-0. Okajima has struck out, grounded to first, and grounded to second in his 3 trips to the plate. He has yet to find his way on base. So the right-hander leans in, he gets his sign, and he's ready to go to work. Righty against the lefty. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down, but the home plate umpire goes up with the right hand, saying that Okajima had offered. Let's get a look at that one on the replay. I don't know about that. Okajima with the hands up in the air saying, you got to be kidding me. I have to say, I kind of agree with him on that one. It's not been a good inning for the home plate umpire. I remember seeing this plate umpire earlier this year, or was it last year, where he went after one of the pitchers. There's a fastball swung on it. It is lined, and it's getting it through the third baseman into left field. Oh, Kiyomiya had an opportunity to stop the ball, but it went right on through him. That's going to be, we're going to see if it's a base hit. See how they're going to award this one. We're going to look at that on the replay, or if they're going to give him an error. That ball was absolutely scorched by Okajima. As we look at the replay, oh yeah, that ball was a line ball. He couldn't catch it. That was a catchable ball. The pitcher, Akita, has just taken a deep breath. You can see that Shinjo rolling his head. The manager of the Fighters can't believe it. If that doesn't go in the books as an E5, I don't know what is an E. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Yukiya Ito, who homered his last time up. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Ito tonight 2 for 3. He's got a home run and a single. He's driven in only the 1 run. He's got his average up to 261 on the year. He's got 5 homers and 14 runs batted in. Our friend Galassi says, yes, it is the battle of the bullpens. That is for sure. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2 balls and no strikes to Ito. May the best bullpen win, so to speak. So 2 balls and no strikes. The righty gets his sign from his catcher, Gunji, and he's ready to go to work here again. He checks the runner at first as he holds at the belt. And now he delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-0 on Ito. Well, I wonder if they're going to give Ito the green light here with a 3-0 count. We've seen a couple of times tonight that both teams have given their hitters a green light. And, of course, with Ito having a home run his last time up, I wonder if he will get that hall pass here in this one. So here comes the 3-ball, no-strike offering as the right-handed throwing Akita works to the set. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that's taken the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1. Ito hung in there. It looked like that ball there. Oh, boy. See, that part bugs me right there. That was a pitch that was well off the outside corner of the plate, and he gets the call, but yet he painted the corner to Hideto Asamura, and he could not get the call. This is the inconsistency of the home plate umpire here tonight. So here comes the 3-1 pitch. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field. Camping out underneath it is Isobata. He's got room and he makes the catch. And that is going to do it, as Ito is gone for the third out of the inning. And I'm not sure if they ruled that as an error or not. It sure doesn't look like it. And it looks like they've actually given that as a base hit to Okajima. I can't believe the home scorer would do that. So no runs in the inning. Looks like it's a hit. No errors. And one runner left the board. We're now moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. Your score is the Fighters 2 and the Eagles 2. Stick around, everybody. As I said at the top of the stream, why do I feel like we're going to have extra innings on our hands here tonight? It's just shaping up that way. We'll be right back after this.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Go Matsumoto, Kazunori Ishii, and Yuya Gunji scheduled to come to bat here in the bottom of the 8th. And we'll be right back in just a couple of moments. It looks like we're going to have ourselves yet another pitching change. And we'll be back after this.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rodmacher coming back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool. To go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. It is a pitching change as Tomohiro Sakai is entering the ball game. The diminutive right-hander taking over here, the 4th pitcher used by the Eagles tonight. So Sakai coming in. The former Chibalote Marine is with the Eagles for his 4th season. He's worked in 28 ball games. He's got a 1-2 record. He has worked 24 2/3 innings, allowed 20 hits, walked 11 and struck out 16, and he's got an ERA of 2.55. Well, that is where we have it here, as he is going to be ready to face Go Matsumoto, Ishii, and Gunji. And the first pitch here ready to be delivered as Sakai kicks and fires. Fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Matsumoto tonight 1 for 2 in his 3 trips. He's also drawn a walk and stolen a base. He bats here from the right side as he is waiting on the offering from the right-hander Sakai, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses outside. The count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Stay with us after the game as we'll do a full recap on this one. Hopefully you will be able to stick with us. Here's the 2-0 pitch. As Sakai kicks and he fires. It's a breaking ball that is taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-1. Sakai doesn't quite do the double pump that Kato of the Fighters was doing earlier on, but he does have a very delayed, deliberate leg lift. He has a little extra kick in it. So here comes the 2-1 offering. As he lifts and he fires. There's a fastball swung on that. It's going to be fouled away over on the first base side of home plate. Runs the count to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. Our friend Caesar, who was listening in earlier tonight, figured we'd have a big crowd tonight, and he was absolutely correct. Early Japanese baseball on a late Wednesday or early Thursday in North America. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined right to the second baseman, Kobakata. As he had to range to his left, he was able to pick that one up off the turf just before it got to the turf. And that is going to retire Matsumoto on a line out to 4 for out number 1. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Kazunori Ishii. Well, for Ishii tonight, he is 0 for 3. He is grounded to second. He is flown to right and grounded to first. Ishii officially 0 for 3. Average has dropped to 164 on the season. And here comes the first offering from the right-hander Sakai. It's a fastball that misses outside for ball 1. And the count is 1-0. Ishii looking to reach base for the first time this evening. As he waits on the 1-0 offering, here's the pitch from Sakai. That's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. The catcher Gunji is waiting his turn on deck. We're here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Fighters are locked up at 2s with the Golden Eagles. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As the right-hander now kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses way upstairs. The count is now 3-0. So all of a sudden, Sakai looked pretty good there to Matsumoto. Can't buy a strike. And none of those pitches that he has missed on were particularly close. So 3 balls and no strikes to Ishii. And here comes the offering as Sakai delivers. It's a fastball that splits the plate in half for a called strike. The count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Enjoyed giving some midweek Japanese baseball. We don't get this every week. There's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. The count now goes to 3-2 on Ishii. Anytime we get an opportunity to call midweek baseball in Japan, we take advantage. So here comes the 3-2 pitch, the payoff pitch on the way. It is a breaking ball swung on, tapped slowly over to short. Fielded by the shortstop, Yamazaki, who throws to first. It's going to retire Ishii for the second out of the inning. It's going to go in the books as a ground out, 6-3. So 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to Yuya Gunji. So for Gunji, as he strides to the plate, he is 1 for 3 in this one. He's got a single, a fly out to right field, and a grounder to third. As he is ready to face the right-hander Sakai here for the first time. So here comes the first offering. It is a breaking ball swung on, tapped back to the pitcher, fielded neatly by Sakai. Underhand flips to first. And that is going to do it. That's going to go in the books as a ground out, 1-3 for the third out of the inning. And that will do it here for the Fighters in their half of the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're now through 8 complete. It is the Eagles 2 and the Fighters 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the 9th inning when we return after this. And you know what? If you want to come back in 15, all I would say is you guys are probably going to be enjoying it with us. Our friend Rod and CJ said, how are you watching this? We come back after this. We'll explain a little bit and help you guys through some of that as well. We'll be right back after this. We appreciate you guys for being here. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the bottom third of the batting order to come to bat for the Golden Eagles here in the top of the ninth inning. It's going to be Ryosuke Tatsumi, Jinjuro Simatani, and Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. And there is yet going to be another pitching change for the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham fighters as they are going to the bullpen again. It is going to be number 26 in the ball game, and that's going to be Seiji Tanaka, as he is going to be taking over here for the fighters in their half of the inning. So Tanaka on in relief, and he is going to be facing the bottom third of the batting order for the Golden Eagles. Well, we had a couple of folks walk into the stream and said, hey, where are you watching this? Well, really depends on where you're at. What some people do is they will go and they'll watch the ball game and then they'll sync up the commentary, because obviously the games sometimes are in Japanese or they're in another language. So we try to give the play-by-play to accompany that. One of the places we talked about before was DAZN used to carry it in the States. We're not in the States, so if you are trying to get DAZN, they used to have it. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. You have to explore that option. There's another one, I think it was Friends to Friends, but they were doing games on delay early in the year. I don't know if they're doing stuff live now. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 0-2. If you also are looking at other places to watch the NPB, some of the gambling houses have a opportunity. There's a lot of spots where you need VPNs to be able to pick off some of the ball games as well. Certainly, there's a Taiwanese app that's out there, but we can't get that here in Canada. There's a fastball missing upstairs. The count is now 1-2. Other places that you can look at is Live QQ, but you have to be able to use your Google Translate to be able to help you out there. And then, of course, you got to navigate the site. So that's probably one of your better options. As that fastball is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2 to Tatsumi. Both of these teams looking for a run to break the deadlock. As we said, afternoon baseball in Hokkaido, not much else going on in Japan until those later starts. So why not have this game go extra innings? You can just feel it. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the right-hander works to the set, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Tatsumi. Fred Felix says, how many outs are there? This is the first batter of the inning, Felix. So it's 2-2 here to Tatsumi. Here comes the offering. 2 balls, 2 strikes as the right-hander Tanaka ready to go. He kicks and he delivers. It's a breaking ball. Take it for a called third strike. Oh, Tatsumi stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched it go by for out number 1. 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the catcher, Jinjuro Simatani. Friend CJ says, do the Japanese league go to extra innings? They do, but they only play 12 innings. There's no ghost runner, as we talked about before. And in the Japanese league, they do a 3-inning max. If it ends in a tie, it ends in a tie. The way these two teams have played this year, I would not be so bad an eye if it ended in a tie. So this is going to bring up to the plate a pinch hitter. It's going to be Daichi Suzuki hitting for Simatani here. And Suzuki takes a breaking ball for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So Suzuki on to pinch hit for Simatani. There is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Daichi Suzuki. We are here in the top of the 9th inning. It's 1-1 to Suzuki, and there is 1 gone. The Eagles are trying to find a way to unlock another run here from the fighters as a breaking ball catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Suzuki, a left-handed batter, getting the pinch hit opportunity here. He played in his 1500th game earlier this year. Comes the 1-2 pitch. Fastball that just misses down, and the count goes even at 2-2. Suzuki on the year batting .243. He's got himself a couple of homers and 10 RBIs. I think his best years are in the rearview mirror. He's a lifetime .274 hitter. Last time he hit double-digit home runs was in 2021, and he had to go back to 2019 before that. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field, and it's down. It's into the corner. This could be extra bases, and it is. Rounding first and heading to second is Suzuki. Coming up with it is Manami. He fires it in, but that's not going to be in time as Suzuki's got himself a one-out double here in the ninth. And now the Eagles have something brewing, as it is going to bring up the shortstop, Tsuyoshi Yamazaki, or at least scheduled to bring Tsuyoshi Yamazaki up to the plate. So Daichi Suzuki does his job as he smokes a double into the right field corner with one gone here. Look at that replay. What a play. What a swing there by Suzuki. Really did a good job staying inside the ball and hammering that ball into right field. Looks like they may have a pinch runner for Suzuki, maybe at second base. To see if that is the case, or did he stay in the ball game? It looks like his night is done. Base hit for him, and that is the way it works. They do have a pinch runner, and it is Nishikawa on to run, the former fighter, on to run here for Suzuki. And here's the first offering to Yamazaki. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and one strike to Yamazaki. They've got two cracks to bring that runner home from second base. This is like the California rules and the MLB. Got the runner at second now with one out. So who do you want to swing the bat? Do you want Yamazaki or do you want Maribayashi? Here's the pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and two strikes. Friend Zay cheering for Tanaka, saying, don't let this happen. Put the pressure squarely on the fighters if they give up the run here. Then one have to think that you're going to see a Matsui sighting for the ninth. So here's the pitch. It's a fastball that just misses outside, and the count goes to 1-2 on Yamazaki. Oh boy, I'm not sure about that one. That looked pretty good. So it looks like it's not just the Eagles pitchers that are getting squeezed. The fighters seem to be getting squeezed too. Runner at second is Nishikawa. There's one gone here in the top of the ninth inning. It is Tsuyoshi Yamazaki at the plate. He is the 9-hole hitter. As here we go again. As the right-hander checks in, it is delivered. It is a fastball down in the dirt. It squirts away from the catcher, but it's not going to allow Nishikawa to advance to third, as they were able to pounce on that, fortunately for them. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Yamazaki, as he bats here with the runner at second and one gone. This is a turning point in the ball game for sure. Right-hander Seiji Tanaka on the hill. He gets his sign from his catcher Gunji. Now he waits here, and he's ready to go back to work. Here comes the pitch. That's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to the right side of the infield. It is fielded neatly by the second baseman Ishii, who throws to first. That's going to retire Yamazaki. So Yamazaki does his job. He advances the runner over to third. He's gone for the second out of the inning, but it turns the batting order over to the top, as it's going to be Kazuki Maribayashi coming to the plate here with 2 gone and a runner on third. And for Maribayashi tonight, he is 3 for 4. He is a very dangerous hitter. All of his hits tonight have been singles. He's got 2 stolen bases, and he was caught once. So he has 7 stolen bases on the year. So Maribayashi stepping in. Base hit here will give the Eagles the lead. How crazy would this be if it can bring that run in a different way? And the first pitch is a fastball that misses up and away for ball 1. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. friend Zay says he doesn't like the fighters' odds. And Vontae618 says, let's go the Eagles. So 1 ball and no strikes. As the right-hander Tanaka gets the sign from his catcher. He's ready to go back to work. And here comes the 1-0. It's a fastball that just misses down. And the count now goes to 2-0. Friend Zay says if they score the run and it's Matsui closes it out, that could be the case. Just got to find a way to get a run here for Matsui if it is indeed him coming in the ninth. I haven't looked to see how they've used their pitchers over the last couple of days. Sometimes you got to wonder. I have seen teams use their closer 3 times running. It's not necessarily what they do in Major League Baseball. There's a fastball missing up. And the count is now 3-0. Our friend in here. He says, anyone on base, the runner is at third here with 2 gone. So the right-hander here gets his sign from his catcher. He works to the set. He checks the runner. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball right down the middle. Oh, that sawed the plate in half. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike. A little surprised that they wouldn't have given Murray Biashi the green light on that one. Oh, boy. He's had the hot bat here tonight as he has 3 hits in this ball game. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Murray Biashi. The go-ahead run is less than 90 feet away. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and Murray Biashi's got himself a 2-out walk. That's going to put runners at the corners. That's going to bring up the always interesting Hiroto Kobakata. Our friend says he's sweating foreign baseball at 3 a.m. Well, that's great. Tells you that we got people here that are interested, whether they're gambling on the games or they just like listening to the NPB. Glad you guys are with us tonight. More action coming on the weekend. So the conference on the mound is over as Tanaka is going to have to go back to work. Hiroto Kobakata here. You got to be watching for the shenanigans now. They do have some speed at the bases. Obviously, with Murray Biashi on at first, he's got 2 stolen bases tonight. You've got Nishikawa, the pinch runner, at third. The former fighter, he can run as well. So you got to think there's got to be some base running shenanigans potentially in play here for the Golden Eagles. And, of course, you got Kobakata, who can really handle the bat well. So he is batting here with the runners at the corners and 2 gone. Here comes the first offering. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that just misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Ball and no strikes. Kobakata tonight has been on base twice. He is 1 for 3. He's got a walk. He's also flown to center and grounded to second. He's waggling the bat, ready to go here. As the right-hander nods in agreement with his catcher, and now Tanaka ready to deliver. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. Our friend in the house here tonight says we got a good radio voice. Well, we're glad you're with us. Appreciate you, and don't forget to bookmark the channel so you guys can join us on the weekend for the Buffaloes and the Hawks. We'll go off on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Japan time, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, North American. You can join us for a weekend slate of games. Here's the 2-0 pitch. As he kicks and delivers, there's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count now is 2-1 to Kobakata. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. Either way here, they definitely need a run to the Eagles. 2 balls and 1 strike. At what point are they going to put the runner at first in motion? Our friend Mr. Wednesday Night says he grew up on Euchre. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and is lifted down the left field line. It's slicing towards the stands. Giving chase is the left fielder for the fighters, Matsumoto, but it's going to watch it hit the seats, and that is going to run the count to 2-2. Mr. Wednesday Night says he grew up listening to the Brewers and Bob Uecker, and baseball is the best sport in audio format. I agree. The NFL football can be tough to listen to. Hockey is just moves too quick. Basketball, I don't necessarily mind, especially when you get late in the game. There's enough timeouts that you can really break down plays. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kobakata. Runners at the corners with 2 gone. Seiichi Tanaka ready to go back to work. Here comes the pitch. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined over the head of the shortstop into left field. It's going to be a base hit. End to score is Nishikawa. Advancing to second is Murabayashi. And that is an RBI clutch single by Kobakata to give the Golden Eagles a 3-2 lead. And that is going to bring up the right fielder, Yuya Ogo. But there you have it, everybody. Base hit here in the clutch by the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles as they look to continue their winning ways. They now have a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 9th inning. Well, that brings Ogo to the plate, who is 0 for 4 tonight. He has grounded to first, he has struck out, he's flown to center, and he has grounded out to second. So some clutch piece of hitting there by the second baseman, Hiroto Kobakata. He's got to be one of the players that I'd have to say has got some of the best bat control in the NPB. He's able to get his bat to ball skills are pretty solid. There's a fastball that misses down to Ogo for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. And the fighters are not out of the woods yet. They got runners at first and second to the Golden Eagles with 2 gone. They're looking to add more here. Base hit should get 1. An extra base hit could get 2. So here comes the first offering to the 1-0 offering, I should say, to the left-handed hitting Ogo. Ogo busy as the right fielder tonight with a pile of putouts. And the pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. It's a good night for Japanese baseball, that is for sure. If you folks have nothing else to do in the daytime, be sure to check out our slow motion swing video series. We put one up every day at 11 a.m. Pacific time. It goes live, so be sure to check those out. Here's the pitch. It is a split finger pitch. It misses down, and the count is now 2-1. Most of our stuff is major league hitters, but we do have some Japanese swings from time to time, and they're almost as fun to look at as the North American swings. 2 balls and 1 strike it is. Wonder how the fighters will respond in their half of the inning. It's going to be the bottom 2 hitters in the order and then the top. So the first 2 are going to try to find a way on. Here's the 2-1 pitch. As Ogo waits, and it's a fastball swung on and missed, and now the count goes to 2-2. How exciting would this be for Eagles fans if they could bring Hideto Asamura to the plate? The captain of the Golden Eagles. CJ said somebody had under 5.5, and I think somebody had under 6.5 early on. So we'll see what happens there. 2 balls and 2 strikes it is, as the right-hander ready to deliver again. Ogo waiting on the offering. Here comes the 2-2s. The pitch is on its way. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats on the third base side of home plate. Keeps the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just as it's getting late across North America, it's getting late here as we're approaching the just past quarter past hour on Pacific time, 12:17 a.m. 3:17 a.m. on the East Coast, but we're glad you guys are with us. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As the right-hander Tanaka ready to go. He kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is pop foul. It's going to reach the seats down the third base line, and the count remains at 2-2. Mr. Wednesday Knight says he'd like to see the evolution of the Christian Yelich swing. Yeah, that'd be very interesting. One thing I do have, I don't have Yelich, but I have a Miguel Cabrera piece I'm working on with his rookie swing and his swing, of course, recently, and you can see how that's changed. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 3-2 to Ogo. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runners are going to be on the move here. With runners at first and second, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Ogo. And here comes the pitch as Tanaka works to the set. He kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball that misses low. It's going to be ball 4. Oh, the home team doesn't get the home call. Ogo gets himself base on balls. That's going to load the bases. And it's going to bring up the Pacific League home run leader in Hideo Asamura. And that is going to put Murray Biashi to third, Kobakata to second, Ogo now the runner at first, and Asamura coming to bat. So Zay says, Tanaka, yeah, it is Seiji Tanaka. So let's see how this is going to go. Seiji Tanaka versus Hideo Asamura. Asamura tonight is 1 for 4. He singled and drove in the first run of the ball game for the Golden Eagles way back in the first inning. And since then, he has flown to right, struck out, and grounded to short. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Coming in hard is Manami, and he's going to make the catch right off his shoe tops. And that is going to do it here, as that is going to end the inning. On the first pitch Asamura saw, he drove it into right field. Manami coming hard and picks it just off of the grass by his shoe tops to end the inning. And that is going to do it. They got 1 run, did the Golden Eagles, on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors, and there were 3 runners left stranded aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the ninth, everybody. Your score is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 3 and the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. And it looks like we do have a pitching change coming up here. We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is what our friend Zay in the chat has been calling for the last 3 innings. It's going to be a Yuki Matsui finish or potential finish. as he is coming on here to pitch in the 9th inning. Matsui is going to be the 5th pitcher used tonight by the Golden Eagles, and it is going to be his 32nd appearance of the year. He's got a 1-2 record. He's got 20 saves. He has worked 30 and a third innings. He's allowed 15 hits. He's walked 5. He's struck out 40. But more importantly, he has himself a microscopic ERA of 0.59 entering the affair here tonight. It's the bottom 8. It's the 8 and 9 and 1 hitters in the batting order to come to bat here for the Fighters, as it is Daigo Kabata to lead it off. He has been on board twice today. He's got a single. He's been hit by a pitch, and he is struck out looking. Left-hander against the left-hander, as Matsui ready to go to work. Here comes the first offering. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. And just like that, the Fighters have life. A leadoff single by Kamikawa Kabata has them aboard, and that will bring up the center fielder, Ryota Isabata. So Isabata tonight is officially a 1 for 3. He has singled in between 2 strikeouts. So Isabata stepping to the plate, ready to face Matsui for the first time here this evening. Have to take a look to see what kind of power might play out on the bench for the Golden Eagles. Certainly you don't want to let the 8 and 9 guys set the table for you. Looks like they got Tori Fushimi on the bench as well as. Let's see if they have any big bats. Alan Hansen on the bench. I'm not sure who else that they might have there. So here comes the first offering. The looking to square to bunt is Isobata. Isobata failed in a couple of opportunities to bunt back in the 2nd inning. He ended up taking a called 3rd strike to in that half inning. So here comes the first offering as the batter, Isobata, really leans back, and he squares to bunt already here. As Matsui kicks and delivers, and it is bunted and it is down. And it's right in front of home plate. They throw to second base, and it gets by the shortstop into center field. But stopping at second base is Kamikawa Kabata. Probably the right decision by the Eagles catcher to field the ball. It was right in front of home plate. Rather than getting the for sure out at first, they wanted to take a crack at the lead out. But he ends up throwing that ball into right center field, where it is fielded neatly by the center fielder Tatsumi to hold the runner at second. But that has put this game into a real interesting situation now. That ball was bunted right in front of the plate, and it one-hopped. I don't think that throw would have got the runner, as it looked like it had bounced, and the runner going from first to second looked like he got there in time, being Kamikawa Kabata. So that is going to put runners at first and second. But it'll go in the books as a fielder's choice. No runner advanced, so they won't credit an error on that play. And that is going to bring up the top of the order in Kotaro Kiyomiya. Oh, you've got some entertainment going on now. Well, Kiyomiya tonight is officially 0 for 4. He's flown to right field twice. He has popped to third, and he has flown out to left. We'll have to see if he looks like he's ready to bunt. I don't think he is. He just doesn't seem like he's up in the batter's box. Usually they get right up to the front. So here comes the first offering from Matsui. Matsui always makes it entertaining whenever we call games. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball that pours in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. He did not hit his spot, but he got the call from the home plate umpire. So no balls and 1 strike it is. A good crowd in Hokkaido for this one, and a good crowd on the Last Drafts Baseball channel listening in. We appreciate you guys for being here. So here comes the pitch. The 0-1 ready to go. As Matsui checks the runners and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. This ball, if it stays fair, could be trouble, but no, it's caught right on the warning track against the wall, tagging at first and at second, and they come in and they throw out the runner going from first to second. Oh, that's not good base running at all by the Young Fighter Ball Club. It ends up being a sac fly to right field by Kiyomiya. He's gone for the first out of the inning. Kamikawa Kabata tagged at second. He advanced to third, but they gunned out Isabata trying to go from first to second for the second out of the inning. Oh, that is a bad mistake on the base pass. And that's going to put a runner at third base with 2 gone, and it's going to bring Chusei Manami to the plate. Unbelievable. Why would you do that? I don't understand. I get the fact that the runner is going into third, but in that situation there, it leaves you all kinds of options in your first and third offense. And a great play there by the right fielder. And it's no longer Ogo because they've replaced him, as they have brought in a new right fielder in this one, but a fantastic throw to second base. Unbelievable. I can't believe what I just saw there. That was absolutely amazing. And it is a replacement. It is actually, the right fielder is Kaz Tanaka, who had come into the ballgame to replace Ogo. Chusei Manami stepping to the plate, batting .263 with those 15 homers and 42 RBIs. They do have open bases that they can avoid him and Ariel Martinez if need be. Here comes the first pitch. As Matsui kicks and delivers, it's a fastball down in the dirt that's swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Manami. Oh, boy. So no balls and 1 strike. Sorry, I can't keep up with the chat, as this game here has been entertaining for sure. Runner at third, less than 90 feet away to score the tying run, is Daigo Kamikawa Kabata. The 0-1 count here to the right-handed hitting Manami. Matsui holds at the belt. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner for a ball, and the count goes even to 1-1. That last pitch registered at 95 miles an hour on the gun. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. As the Eagle brass looks on, Matsui nods in agreement with his catcher, and he's ready to go back to work. And here comes the pitch. As Matsui kicks and fires, it's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And the count now goes to 1-2 on Manami. Well, it looks like the change, interesting change. They brought Oda in behind the plate. And that was Oda who had come in. It was Akara Oda, the catcher, who threw that ball into right center field. He has taken over here for the catcher for most of this ball game, Simatani. So here's the 1-2 pitch. Matsui holds at the belt. He kicks and he delivers. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Matsui never makes it easy on himself. Friend Felix says he thinks he's going to give him the high heat for strike 3. I think on that last pitch I would have went upstairs because he'd swung and missed at 2 pitches down in the dirt. So you want to change the eye level of the hitter in order to get them thinking a little bit differently, and then you come back out with that wipeout breaking ball or fastball down. So here's the 2-2 pitch. Now Matsui kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. It's now 3-2 to Manami. Oh, boy. Well, they have Ariel Martinez waiting on deck. Our friend Zay says, NPB pitchers love going to full counts. This is a fact. NPB pitchers just don't seem to be able to bury the hitters. 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. Runner at third, Kamikawa Kabata. There's 2 gone here in the 9th. 3 balls, 2 strikes it is to Manami as he's waiting here on the offering. And now he has called time and stepped out of the batter's box. We're going to do this all over again. Our friend Adrian says, breaking ball for the win. Yeah, I think I'd be burying that slider into his back foot and see what he can do with it. And Manami is not necessarily the best as a young hitter of developing or at least identifying what the breaking balls are to the fastballs. So here we go. Here's the pitch, and it is a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to do it. That ball was down in the dirt, and Manami went for a chase, and that will end the ball game here. A 3-2 final for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles over the Fighters. Well, there you have it, everybody. We'll be back here in just a couple moments to wrap it up. Your final score, the Eagles 3 and the Fighters 2 in the inning. No runs. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. 3-2 your final score. Eagles over the Fighters. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few to wrap this one up. Appreciate you guys for being here with us tonight. Don't forget to bookmark the channel and come on back and join us this weekend when we give you the Hawks and the Buffaloes. Hang tight. We'll be back in a few.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life. And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Welcome back, everybody. That was some high-end entertainment tonight, a Japanese style. The rundown is going to be as follows as we'll give you the recap. It was the first inning where the Eagles got things going as Kazuki Muribayashi got aboard with a single. He stole second base, and after Hiroto Kobakata grounded out to advance him to third, Yuya Ogo grounded out to the first baseman. Hideto Asamura stepped up and knocked him home with an RBI single to give the Eagles an early 1-0 lead. In the bottom of the first inning, with 1 out, it was a single by Chusei Manami, and then a single by Ariel Martinez put runners at first and second. They advanced on a wild pitch, and Yuki Nomura drove home Manami on a ground out to the second baseman to tie the ball game at 1. Well, that was how it stood until the third inning, and then it was Ariel Martinez stepping to the plate, hitting a solo shot to lead off the third to give the Fighters a 2-1 lead. In the top of the sixth inning, with 2 out, Yukiya Ito hit a home run to even the score as the Eagles had caught up to the Fighters at 2s. And then it wasn't until the top of the ninth inning, with 1 gone, a double by the pinch hitter Daichi Suzuki got things going for the Golden Eagles. Then Tsuyoshi Yamazaki grounded out to second, and that advanced the pinch runner Nishikawa over to third. And then up stepped Kazuki Muribayashi, who walked. And then Hiroto Kobakata had an RBI single, driving home the pinch hit runner Nishikawa to take the lead 3-2. And that is how this game ended. Well, we appreciate everybody for jumping in here tonight, as this game was a 3-2 final. Whether it be Mr. Wednesday Night, Tyler, Wavante, whether it be Zay, whether it be the Living Room, Ramon, whether it be Swizzy, Felix, 079, Rod, Caleb Atkins, all the other people, Glossy, who are with us. There were so many folks that had stopped in here tonight. Our friend CV Baseball Card Collector. Everybody here, I want to give you a great thank you for listening to the show. And hopefully you guys will come on back again for the weekend. Once again, everybody, have a great night. We appreciate you. It's been the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel calling all the actions for this. Have a great night, everybody.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Each smile comes back again. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and think about sunny weather. Happy trails to you until we meet again.